broadcast team, Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Thank you very much, Tom Mapes. And 58 degrees on a clear night on the campus of Trinity Christian Academy, the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. Hi, everybody. Dave McCulley along with Stan Gerard. Great night for football. And Stan, great to be back in the playoffs after missing last year. Lions coming off a thrashing last week at the hands up in Nashville. But certainly it's another night and another way to just keep this season alive, and that's what it is. It's do or die. You win, you move on to the second round. You lose, your season is over, and you get ready for other sporting activities at some of the schools. Let's hope that's not the case. Both teams playing under the little bit of duress tonight. We're told that number 4, the great running back for them, Blake Barton, is not dressed out. We're still trying to find out from their film crew down to our right what's going on there. Meanwhile, for the Lions tonight, Needham Goodwin will not play. He's out injured. Bryce Carlton will not play. Eli Morris suspended for the game tonight, and after that little fracas last week. But certainly, Stan, both teams a little short-handed. Both teams are going to give it all they got, and I look forward to TCA really playing well tonight. Good afternoon.
Well, good evening, Diamond Dave McCulley. Always great to be here at playoff time in West Tennessee. First time TCA's hosted a playoff game in quite a while. Of course, this will be the last home game of the year, but exciting playoff time. The players on the field, we got those good-looking jerseys on. The crowd's starting to filter in. It's going to be a festive atmosphere, and I'm expecting a very interesting football game tonight between TCA and Grace Franklin. They provide they're going to provide a lot of difficulties for us. It's going to really stretch our defense, and our defense is going to have to be top-notch tonight if we want to beat Grace Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin Grace coming in tonight 4-6. They've lost 4 in a row. They were 2-5 in league play. They're on the other side, of course, of the Division II setup here in the state of Tennessee. But Stan coming in here tonight, Rusty Smith has a good football team despite the fact that they finished 4-6. That's pretty tough over there. You got to play the likes of Donaldson Christian, Davidson Academy, so there's not a lot of weak sisters over there, and they come in tonight against the Lions. The Lions have to bounce back. I'd be shocked if we don't really play well tonight. We did not play well last week, and we ran into a buzzsaw last week.
Absolutely a buzzsaw, and sometimes, Mama says it just be that way sometimes. And, it is. I've talked to Coach this week, and we'll talk to him later in the pregame show, but the kids are up. The kids are fired up. I know one young man in particular is fired up because he got a promotion. He's starting on 2 teams. My favorite 8th grader, Colby Moore, going to be on the kickoff and kickoff receiving team. So Blake Butler putting a lot of trust in a very talented 8th grader who we may see on the field running plays tonight as well.
He looked really good last week, late in the ball game when TCA was down. They put him in, and I think he had 3 running plays. They were all positive, and they were really nice runs. Blake Butler, we mentioned, Stan mentioned, you'll talk to him in just a few minutes, 64-51 in his 10th year. Rusty Smith, 16-43, but a much better coach than that record would indicate in his 5th year at Franklin Grace Christian Academy. Let's take a 2-minute break. This is the countdown to tip-off, or kickoff in this case. I did basketball the other night, and I've got basketball tomorrow at the college rinks, but we're still with football, Diamond Dave, and hope to be with football another few weeks anyway. But the bottom line is, hey, and by the way, tonight, hats off to Lacey Ennis, our owner, and all the folks at Grace Broadcasting. Brad McCoy's up here with us. John Brailsford's back in the studios.
Along with John Blankenship.
And John Blankenship, we appreciate that. Didn't mean to leave JB out. But the bottom line is we are streaming tonight for the first time in a long time. So you can, if you're listening locally and you have some relatives all around the country, they can just tune right in and listen to us online. And Stan will have particulars in a minute on how you can do that. Let's take a 2-minute break. This is the countdown to kickoff, and we'll come back. Stan will analyze what's going to happen here tonight, he thinks, and he'll also take a look at some redistricting and, some new region.
Some games tomorrow.
Yeah, some games around the area tonight. I know USJ has the night off, but Jackson Christian, a tough one on the road. They're up in Lebanon, and Stan will give you all the particulars of that as well. Thanks for listening tonight. Stay with us. This is TCA Football on 105.3.
Hello, I'm Greg Parsons with First Bank. Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the TCA Lions all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a tradition of personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. Timeless values like these are just one of the many reasons to do business with First Bank. First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All always dependable. Clement Automatic Transmission. Owners Jim and Connie Clement have invested over 40 years building a reputation of integrity based on Christian principles, specializing in foreign and domestic transmission repair, featuring experienced technicians. Two have been at Clement's for over 30 years. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30 at 3846 Brownsville Highway in Jackson. Every time, depend on Clement Automatic Transmission. Jim and Connie say thanks for this community support for over 40 years.
Thank you for following TCA Athletics. This is Gina Keltner, president of the TCA Booster Club. God has called Trinity Christian Academy to assist Christian families and their churches in providing a biblically directed, academically excellent education that equips students to be godly leaders and servants in their home, churches, and communities. The TCA Booster Club's efforts help provide the resources necessary for our coaches to have the opportunity to carry out TCA's mission on the court and on the field.
At Sports Orthopedics and Spine in Jackson, their team of highly trained physicians utilizes state-of-the-art facilities and techniques to restore your health and mobility. They treat every kind of orthopedic injury and condition, offering world-class care. Same-day appointments. 2 orthopedic surgeons, a primary care sports medicine physician, and a doctor of chiropractics form the best team in medicine, maximizing comfort and convenience, minimizing costs. Now offering the latest in stem cell and platelet-rich plasma therapy. Find out more at sportsorthospine.us. Fox Sports Jackson 105.3 presents Trinity Christian Academy. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
There seems to always be big storylines in big football games, and that's the case tonight. First of all, the big story tonight, it's the first round of the TCA playoffs. Welcome back, everybody, to the countdown to kickoff. Dave McCulley along with Stan Gerard. The big storyline here tonight, both running backs, leading rushers for both teams out. Needham Goodwin's not playing, over 700 yards, averaging almost 6 yards per carry, 91 per game, and 7 touchdowns with 124 carries. He is out tonight, injured and under the weather. Then Blake Barton, their outstanding running back, 29 receptions for 3 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. But how about 165 carries, 1,127 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, 141 yards per game, and 19 rushing touchdowns. And Stan, we're not sure why he's not playing, but he's not. He's out on the field, not dressed out. He's got his jersey on out there at about the 40-yard line. We've been told he's not playing. That is official now, although we have not been given the reason why. So that's, Stan, one of the biggest storylines, I think, of all the games around the area tonight.
It certainly is. Injuries on both teams. That's you got to work through those things. Sometimes those things happen. It's a time when you say, all right, who's going to step up and be a hero tonight? Who's going to step up and be the man? Who's next in line?
Yeah, Eli Moore's not playing tonight, out. The leading tackler on the team, Bryce Carlton, who leads TCA in interceptions with 4. He's under the weather. He's not playing tonight as well. So it's going to be that, what Stan just said, someone's got to step up in each one of those positions and make their presence felt. Stan, some other games around the area tonight.
Yeah, we'll look at a few key games around the area if I can find the correct sheet. 3A's got the night off, Diamond. Absolutely no games in 3A and very little in 1A. Local teams, Jackson Northside's at Creekwood, 6-2 for Northside. Creekwood 9-1. I believe Creekwood's going to win that game. Southside's got to go to Springfield, 2-6 versus 9-1. The season for the 2 public schools in the playoffs here in Jackson, they end tonight. Hardin County entertains White House Heritage. White House at Lexington. Crockett County at Fayette Ware. That's a 4-6 versus a 7-2. Look for the upset with Crockett County to win that particular ball game. Dyersburg is at Millington. Dyersburg's going to win that game. Just a couple of games in 2A. Scotts Hill goes to Lewis County. Scotts Hill season's going to end tonight. Eaglesville is at Riverside. Look for Riverside to win. Dyer County is going to take out Brighton tonight. In 1A, Hollow Rock is at Fayette Ware. I think Fayette Ware is going to win that ball game. Cornersville is at Huntington. In years past, that would be a big ball game, but not so much this year. Huntington's going to win that ball game tonight. In Division II Class A, Jackson Christian is at Friendship Christian. JCS 7-3. Friendship Christian 7-2. Jackson Christian's lost 3 in a row, ranked 5th in the state. It's going to be a tough sled for the Eagles tonight. I wish them well, but I believe Friendship Christian is going to win that game. Middle Tennessee Christian School Columbia Academy, that's a COVID win for MTCS. Webb School is the sacrificial lamb for Nashville Christian. And, of course, Grace Christian Franklin here at TCA. But what I wanted to talk about, the big news, realignments for the TSSAA are final. And some of the big news is Dyersburg dropping down to 3A. Milan, who is classified in 3A, Diamond stepping up to 4A football. And I was looking at their region. If I can find my sheet, it is going to be a brutal 6-team region. 6 teams all capable of making the playoffs. When the season ends next year, there's going to be 2 very good two very good teams not making the playoffs. It's going to be brutal with South Gibson, Obion Central, Milan, Northside, Haywood, and Crockett County all making up a region. You can figure out who the favorites are going to be in there. And in other things locally, the big winner, Trenton Peabody, they dropped down to 1A football. And Diamond, they are going to be a whale in a goldfish bowl.
All right. I'm not sure how to top that, a whale in a goldfish bowl. I've never heard that one before, but I like it. Hey, folks, you're listening to the Countdown to Kickoff on 105.3, Fox Sports Jackson 105.3, and the game being audio streamed tonight at www.foxsportsjackson.com. Let's take another 2-minute break, and when we come back, Stan Gerard had a chance to catch up with Blake Butler earlier this week.
Butler?
And head man, well, that system you're using over there has me a little off. But anyway, Blake Butler is coming up next, the dean of all coaches in Jackson. I know that's hard to believe. He's still a young whippersnapper in my mind. 64 and 51 in 10 years. We'll tell you about the officials, and Stan will talk to Blake when we come back. I know Janet and Keith are listening up in Pittsburgh, and how about those Steelers remaining undefeated? We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, the Countdown to Kickoff continues with Blake Butler coming up next. Stay with us on 105.3 and foxsportsjackson.com.
Hertz Seed Company in Halls credits teamwork for their success since they were founded 4 generations ago in 1932. Today, brothers Trey and Ray Hurt appreciate the hard-working, dedicated employees they consider and treat as family. Several Hurt family children and grandchildren attend Trinity and help promote teamwork in TCA's athletic program. Hertz Seed Company, wholesalers and processors of soybeans and wheat, working closely with the agricultural community of West Tennessee to produce quality seeds. Teamwork in action. Let's go, Lions.
It's another year and another football season for the Trinity Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Steinbach, sales manager for Robinson Toyota right here in Jackson, Tennessee. Now, a lot has changed over the last year, but one thing that hasn't changed is Robinson Toyota's commitment to the Trinity Lions. We are back and better than ever with a new peace of mind lifetime warranty on every new Toyota and most of our used and pre-owned vehicles. Wow, a lifetime warranty on every Toyota. That's almost as good as a Trinity Lions touchdown. Stop by and see us at Robinson Toyota and support your Trinity Lions.
Autumn decorations are down from the attic, football tickets are purchased, and it looks like you're ready for fall. But is your home heating? Cold weather is coming, and McCoy's can get your furnace ready. Our technicians provide the highest quality inspections, cleanings, and repairs to keep your system running efficiently. Don't wait until the cold creeps in. Call McCoy's and schedule your maintenance today. 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. Simmons Bank is a proud sponsor of Trinity Christian Academy Athletics, and it takes a solid foundation to build a solid business, and nobody understands that better than Simmons Bank. Whether you need startup capital, equipment loans, or money for expansion, Simmons Bank has experienced business bankers that'll give you the time, accessibility, and the service you deserve. Simmons Bank has 20 West Tennessee locations, including 3 in Jackson. The Simmons Business Bank team is ready to help you. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
58 degrees, headed down to 48 here in West Tennessee tonight. Hi, everybody. Again, Dave McCulley along with Stan Gerard as we get ready for the first round of the TSSAA football playoffs here tonight at Trinity Christian. Good to be home, and Stan told you a moment ago, first time in a while, that we have been home. The Referee tonight will be Pat Barnes. The umpire is Bill Bell. The line judge is Gary Fetz. The lineman, I should say, is Gary Fetz. The line judge is Lorenzo Jones. The back judge is David Wooten. And the clock operator is Al Lingbin. Stan Gerard, the officials are down on the field getting ready. They put 15 minutes on the clock, and that tells us it's time to go to the interview that you did with Blake Butler earlier this week, talking about tonight's matchup with Franklin Grace Christian Academy and his Trinity Christian Academy Lions.
I'm speaking with the head coach of the TCA Lions, Blake Butler. Coach, it's every coach's dream. It's playoff time in West Tennessee.
Yeah, this is something that obviously our boys set out to accomplish this year, and they're able to knock that goal off, and there's still a lot in front of us, and we're grateful to be playing November football, and it's a special time, and excited for our team to have that opportunity.
Now we're sitting here doing this interview in the dark. Time change. It makes practice interesting towards the end.
Yeah, you do some things that you have to. They're getting dark. We move to the game field, and just in case we need lights, we can turn them on. But again, it's a little different. And when it starts getting dark earlier, like I said, it's good to be playing football during that time, because it means you've at least survived one cut of teams, and you're still playing ball when some teams have already hung it up.
Coach, of course, last week, kind of a not such a great outcome as we wanted last week. How is the team recovering from that game, or are we ready to go in that sense?
When you have a bad game, you really just try to put it behind you. You don't dwell on it too much. You correct what needs to be corrected. And like I said, you have to look forward, in football, especially sports period. You've got another opponent sitting right in front of you, and if you dwell on it too long, win or lose, it can drift into the next week's preparation. And again, we've got to get ready for Grace Christian, and don't have too much time to dwell on a bad outcome. It's correct it, move on, and let's get ready for this opponent.
Let's talk about Grace Christian. We've never played them, a team out of Franklin, Tennessee. What do we know about them? They're, of course, out of the eastern region.
Yeah, they'll be predominantly an air raid offense, the Tony Franklin system, which is, in high school and college, a big, no huddle spread team offense, and very familiar with them, even though we haven't played them. There's a couple coaches that I have experience with from my time at ECS, some friends up there, and have seen kind of what they've done, trying to build their program, and having coached with them. So there's a little familiarity there, and it's again, should be an exciting game. They've gotten their team turned around this year. They're a young football program, but at the same time they've got their numbers up. They've got kids out playing football, and we're able to make it into the playoffs, I believe, for the first time in their young program's history.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is their second year playing 11-man football, if I'm not mistaken.
It's either their second or third. They haven't been playing 11-man football for long. They're a young school that's kind of exploded there in the Franklin, Tennessee area. And like I said, their enrollment's really kind of shot up. And like I said, they've got a good number of kids out for football.
Coach, you talked about a quarterback they have that can move around. Obviously, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the defensive ends. Not only maybe get a sack here and there, but more importantly, just to contain him and keep him in the pocket. And then the middle linebacker, make sure he doesn't step up and take off up the gut.
Yeah, their quarterback, he's he can make throws from the pocket, but when you look at most of their big plays, it comes from him extending the play with his legs. He keeps his eyes downfield, and they've made a lot of big plays on film just by him not being kind of elusive, where the first guy can't bring him down, he breaks free and finds a guy that the secondary's turned loose. And so we've got to be able to, again, when we get there, get him on the ground, and again, we can't let him buy time and scramble around and make plays with his legs, because that's a lot to ask of your secondary to cover for that long.
Gives you a little bit of hints of Jabril Washington back in the backfield.
I wouldn't give him that honor yet, but he's a good player. But
same characteristics.
Yeah, definitely with the mobility and extending plays and things like that. But that's kind of sacred ground around here at Trinity when you invoke Jabril's name.
Well, Coach, Obviously, first time back in the playoffs for a couple of years, a young squad, and I know that they're anxious and ready to go. Keys to victory tonight against Franklin Grace.
Yeah, we want to bring the pressure, really kind of, I guess to use a baseball analogy, hit them, fastball, and then hit them with the occasional changeup where we drop into coverage. That's going to be a lot of our strategy defensively. I feel like they've got wide splits, should create some one-on-one matchups, and we need our linebackers and D-line to really get after it. We're going to have to be solid in coverage. Our backers, when they drop in coverage, are going to have to take good drops. If we're dropping too shallow, they're going to kill us with those just kind of intermediate routes, hitting us in behind. Our backers have got to get depth in their drops, and like I said, our secondary can't fall asleep. This is going to be a big test in terms of the passing game, their tempo. They're going to be on the ball, trying to snap the ball quickly. Again, that's something we've tried to replicate in practice by having 2 sets of scout teams ready to go. So basically, they run one play. As soon as it ends, the next one's in. The other one's getting the play call. So we've been able to pick up the tempo with our scout team in terms of number of plays being run and cutting down the time between those plays being run. So hopefully we've gotten a little bit of taste of that. So kids are getting used to getting the call, getting lined up, and getting ready to play, because that's where they get a lot of teams, is just when they're with their tempo. So again, a lot of things there. We want to be able to, with an up-tempo offense, really make them have 3 and outs. When you get no-huddle offenses, when you make them go 3 and out, they never really get in a rhythm. And if you can jump up on them a lot, they start taking more and more chances to get back into it, and they kind of can snowball from there. So we can't let them get rolling because in their games, if you look, they've either put up big points or they've been kind of held down a little bit. So create a shootout. Obviously we've been a ball control team and want to continue to do that and kind of play at our pace, so to speak. And in order to do that, we've got to get stops defensively.
Obviously, I was going to say we're going to continue to just try and ram the ball right down their throat, and nothing's going to be changing from that.
Yeah, we've got to be able to run the ball. We've got, like I said, a stable of running backs, even adding, in some new guys last week with Eli Stewart getting a few carries, even the 8th grader, Colby Moore, getting in there, and some guys that show that they'll run the ball hard. And as much as we run the ball, having depth at running back always helps. And like I said, if we take care of the football offensively and don't be our own worst enemy with turnovers and penalties and things of that sort, you feel good about it. And then defensively, just get our ball back, 3 and outs, turnovers, however it may be, set up the offense in good field position, and take care of business from there.
Coach, you know the 2 musicians I'm going to quote today. Our defense has got to keep them under pressure.
I think I've heard that a time or two, Stan. But our defense definitely, we want to bring the pressure Friday night.
Well, like I always say, let's take them to Kroger and get them a sack.
There you go, Stan.
That's the head coach of the TCA Lions, Blake Butler. You're listening to the Countdown to Kickoff pregame show on Fox Sports Jackson 105.3.
Have you been looking over and over online in search of that perfect engagement ring or that special piece of jewelry that you can envision in your head but just can't seem to find? Well, come let RJ Case Custom Design Studio, located inside Roberts Jewelers, bring your very own design to life. Come book your one-of-a-kind jewelry creation experience with RJ Case's head designer, Chris, by visiting Roberts Jewelers right away. If you can dream it, RJ Case can design it. RJ Case, located inside Roberts Jewelers, Van Drive, Jackson.
Voya Financial Advisors Stephen Brad Little, Byron Bush, Justin Howell, and Russell White are proud to support Trinity Christian Academy. Anything is possible with the right planning. To find out more about Voya, visit financialadvisorstn.com. And here's more about Trinity. Head of School Judy Brown, Elementary School Principal Christy Timms, Middle and High School Principal Tom Hughes, Admissions Director Laura Davis, Athletic Director Ken Northcutt, and the Head Football Coach Blake Butler. Voya Financial Advisors encourages TCA to train young champions for Christ.
For the month of August and September, try our rich and creamy s'mores milkshake. Don't forget about happy hour at Sonic from 2 to 4 p.m. when drinks and slushes are 50% off. And hey, looking for a job? Sonic is hiring at all 6 Jackson locations. Apply online at snagajob.com and select Jackson TN for the area. Enjoy cool treats on these hot nights at all 6 Jackson Sonic locations. Sonic of Jackson, proudly supporting high school athletics.
For more than 50 years, Jackson State Community College has helped West Tennessee students prepare for success. Now more than ever, Jackson State is here to help our students navigate the challenging times in front of us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that Jackson State will be here to support our students in the communities of West Tennessee. Visit the COVID-19 page at jscc.edu/COVID for the latest updates and the resources you need to be successful. Jackson State, invested in your success.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Great to be back with you. Great interview by Stan Gerard along with Blake Butler. The captains about to meet at midfield, of course, with COVID-19 this year. Only 2 captains, one representing each team, will make their way to the Purple Tee as we get ready for this kickoff. And first of all, the coin toss. Kyle Wolf, a linebacker, is their leading tackler across the way, number 58. He'll come toward us. Meanwhile, the Lions will send out J.P. Oliver, the outstanding 6', 245 senior offensive tackle and defensive end. Well, Stan, a great job with Blake, and I know that the nervousness before any kickoff is there, no matter how long you've been in the business, whether you be a coach, a player, a fan, a mom and dad, a broadcaster, but certainly the playoffs, it takes on a sort of an added venture to it, doesn't it?
Well, Diamond, both you and I have been to state championship games as announcers. I've been to a state championship game as a player, and you're right. Even for us guys up here in the booth, it is a different feeling come playoff time. Little extra stuff churning in the old stomach right now, but might take a couple plays, but as soon as we get going, it'll just be good old-fashioned high school football in West Tennessee.
Your thoughts about the matchup tonight?
Well, as we talked about earlier in the countdown to kickoff pregame show, both teams coming in, they're not at full strength. Both teams without their best running backs, and what we're going to do right now is go back and take another commercial as we honor our country with the national anthem.
This is Kurt Gehring with West Tennessee Bank, and we're a proud supporter of the Trinity Christian Academy Lions. Here at West Tennessee Bank, we have combined state-of-the-art technology with experienced bankers who can actually make decisions that affect you locally. Our focus is to create a truly personalized banking experience that's actually enjoyable. Visit us in Thompson Farms or just give us a call. We would love to show you how banking is meant to be. West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Are you celebrating a new driver in your family? Mitchell's Body Shop says congratulations and welcome to the road. Remember to buckle up and be alert. And if your family should ever need auto body repair for your young driver and you want a safe yet economical repair, call Mitchell's Body Shop. Mitchell's has a lifetime warranty on all repairs and rental cars on site for your convenience. Mitchell's Body Shop, 96 Riverport Drive in Jackson. And don't text and drive.
Have you been looking for a jeweler that you can trust to give your jewelry the care it needs? Look no further than Grover King. He's been the owner and jeweler of King Jewelers for 23 years and has over 35 years experience in jewelry repair and custom design. If you've been dreaming of a custom piece unique to you, stop by King Jewelers. The staff is friendly, knowledgeable, and will inspect and clean your jewelry for free. King Jewelers always has beautiful pieces in store, from bridal jewelry to one-of-a-kind estate pieces. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 5:30. 16B Conrad Drive in Jackson. KingJewelersJackson.com.
With 17 years experience, Tim Armstrong and his team at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape are just what you need for weed control and fertilization for turf and landscape beds, as well as pest control and fungus on trees and shrubs. Let them design the perfect landscape for you, as well as irrigation work, hardscape installation, and low voltage landscape lighting installation. They do it all at Reliable Lawn Care and Landscape, 234-0823, Tennessee Charter number 5398.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley. And Stan Gerard.
Captains making their way to midfield. We identified those a moment ago, but let's do it again. If you're just joining us, Kyle Wolf, their leading tackler, the linebacker. Stan, he has an amazing stat, 123 tackles, 7.5 tackles for losses. I'm telling you, he's a leading tackler I've seen all year that anyone we played or among us as well. Tonight, we play without our leading tackler, Eli Morris, and we'll see who steps in and fills that void. But meanwhile, the other captain is our very own J.P. Oliver, the senior offensive tackle and defensive end. The coin toss about to take place on the purple tee. Stand for it to be November, whatever it is, the 5th or 6th. I'm telling you, great weather, 58 degrees. We head down to 48 tonight here in West Tennessee. Bottom line, this field is still in immaculate condition. They waited till yesterday to paint the field. And both teams, if you're just joining us, their leading running back with over 1,100 yards. Blake Barton is not playing. And it will be TCA playing without Needham Goodwin, their leading running back, and our leading running back, also playing without Eli Morris. We mentioned a moment ago, playing without Bryce Carlton, the leading interceptor on this team. So as Stan said earlier, it's time for someone to step up and fill those voids. Stan, again, a couple of keys for TCA to pull out a win and advance to the second round and play Donaldson Christian next week up in Middle Tennessee.
Well, when you look at the quarterback for Franklin, Kelly, great scrambler. What he does, he scrambles enough in the backfield to force the running backs to force the defensive backs to lose coverage, and then he makes those throws. TCA is going to have to keep that quarterback in the pocket and then bring some heavy-duty pressure with our linebackers. I personally would like to see us go single coverage all the way around and blitz, 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 and blitz some more. It's going to be a big game for the defensive ends. They're going to have to step up and contain that quarterback and then pinch him in, and that maybe they can finish off. Then it's going to be up to the rest of the linemen and the linebackers to do the dirty deed and get things done dirt cheap.
That is certainly the case. The Lions will have the ball moving from our right to our left toward what I like to call the 4-12 end zone. Of course, the end zone to my right is the, of course, school building end zone. It will be to kick it off. Cruz Hartman, outstanding kicker. He does everything for them. Kicks, punts, and everything else. He surely does. He's got the left foot, and this ball game about to begin. And here's your kickoff. The TSSAA first round is underway, and the Lions will have it at about the 8-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. That's Wilson bringing it back to the 30, trying to get here to the near side to the 40, and finally knocked it out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Shades of Tipton Rosemart, although he came this way this time instead of the other way. Wilson had that 104 kickoff return down there, standing our win, and he came within a whisper, breaking that one for about 88 yards.
I'm going to tell you, Diamond Dave, what caused that play to go as far as it did. The 8th grader, Colby Moore, in the middle of coverage, he came over and he knocked the snot out of a guy, and that happened to be the guy that was beating in on the runner. That freed him up to get those extra 20, 30 yards. Good job, Big Cheese.
He knocked. Well, snot. I'm not even going to. That's pretty vivid. Let us say he hit him hard, folks. Yeah. The ball would be at the 44-yard line. After all, though, Stan, it is football, isn't it? 44-yard line.
Football.
First and 10. 2 receivers, actually 3 receivers, far side right. Wilson will step in that gun. And his running back to his left, we'll spot him here in a second. No, actually to his right is Harrison Freeman. Outstanding running back. Freeman has it. Freeman rumbles his way and is hit in the line of scrimmage and breaks away, breaks another tackle and gets to midfield. He's to the 49-yard line and Stan should have been dropped for a yard or two loss. Harrison Freeman kept those legs churning, and he's all the way up to the down to the 49 in this case. A pickup of almost 7 yards. Let's give him 2nd and 3.
Okay, we'll go ahead and give him 7 on that play, but great run. Boy, he bounced off. Franklin did not wrap up. That was the key. They did not wrap up at all. He was able to bounce off and get those big yards. TCA in a great spot. You always want to have 2nd and 3s. That means things are going well for you.
His dad is our statistician, Harrison Freeman, Wesley Freeman in this case. In the shotgun, Wilson, 2nd down and 3 from the 49-yard line. 4-man front flag very quickly, and let's see what that's about.
It should be encroached.
Offside. Yeah. Someone lined up off sides, and someone jumped maybe on that left side, so because no one appears to be lined offside. It's right at my angle, and someone must have jumped and nudged ever so slightly. So that is the Clement Transmission and Record Service first down of the ball game, down to the 8:44 is where they'll mark it. Jay Cashin, our producer and director on the video side, actually on the audio side tonight, he'll have this audio archive for you as well. We appreciate Lacey and all the gang at Grace Broadcasting having our audio streaming tonight at foxsportsjackson.com. You're listening on 105.3. Here is Wilson in the gun. He's going to carry it. Slides his way literally from maybe a yard to the 43. That's it. Well defended. Tackle that time stand by Jack Summers, their 5th leading tackler.
4-3 defense. We just went off the left side, short side of the field. I'm not a big fan of running to the short side of the field, but, we did pick up. I like what they're doing is they're playing a 4-man front. They're playing 3 linebackers about 4 yards off the ball, and then their safeties are, roughly about 7 yards off the ball. If we can get past that first line, we can make some hay.
Yeah, that's the thing about that. But I'm like you. That short side has always been tough. There's just so many people in that area. Handoff Harrison Freeman. Harrison bulldozing his way down to the 40. Stop. May have got to the 39. Let's give him to the 40. It's going to bring up a crucial 3rd down. Could be 2-down territory. You never know. Early in the game, 9:59, no score. TCA with the initial drive of the game. And they're at the 40-yard line where it will be 3rd and about 5, or make it 6.
2 carries, 10 yards for Harrison Freeman early in this ball game. 9:49. And counting. Big play right here for TCA. Need to get the first down.
Playoffs get you juices going, don't they, Stan? Connor Graves,
know it, big guy.
Leading receiver, far side right. Joshua Todd out there in the slot. 1 receiver here to the near side. Wilson's in that shotgun. He'll run behind the block of Harrison Freeman. They're pursuing him. He turns the corner. He's very close. He's down to about the 35. He may have it. I'm not sure. It depends on where they mark it. Right at the 35-yard line. Could be the 36 this side. The judge on this side.
He's going to be a yard.
I'm not sure. He's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah.
Yep.
About a yard to a half yard short, but we
had to
are
get to
going
the 34. Remember, Stan, the penalty gave us to the 44. Excuse me for interrupting, but it's going to be 4th and 1.
There's no doubt about it.
Not even a yard.
This is one of those things. If we had an under center package, I'd be going under center right now and just falling forward.
Well, Wilson's so elusive. He's got those quick feet. Harrison Freeman, the bulldog back there, the bulldozer. Freeman is built prototype, just like a running back should be. Here's Wilson in that gun. 4th and a yard. They're trying
for a hard count.
Yeah, they tried to draw him off sides with a hard count. Blake Butler, the head mentor, looking at his coaching staff.
Blitz coming left side.
Here is Wilson now. He's in that gun with Freeman to his left. He's going to give it to Freeman. Freeman has the first down, and he is able to crunch his way and plow his way inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. It's another Jim and Connie Clement transmission and record service. First down, TCA.
3 carries, 14 yards. What Franklin was doing, they had their 4-man front. They brought their outside linebackers right up to the line of scrimmage. And again, that leaves them very short-handed. We happened to get the right hole, and we were able to blow past that front line and get the yards we needed.
Listening tonight around the country, around the area, text us at 358-5791. We'll get your name on the board tonight. 731-358-5791. Here's Wilson, handoff this time. New running back carrying about that. Stewart carrying the ball inside the 25, and he's able to dive his way to about the 23-yard line. I think that was Eli Stewart that time that carried it. Again, Needham Goodwin not playing tonight, under the weather. Meanwhile, their leading running back, Mr. Barton, not playing tonight. Those guys together have combined for almost 1,900 rushing yards. It's 2nd and 2.
Stewart with a nice 8-yard carry. And boy, he took a mighty wall up there. He was down on his knees, and a backer came in and really tried to clean his clock on that play.
The trifecta, the receivers here to the near side. Handoff Stewart again. Stewart hit at the line of scrimmage, bounces off there, and now he's going to be tackled back at the 25. And now a flag comes in. And Stewart was bombed at the 25-yard line. Great play there by number 11 who shot through there. That's Win Hicks, their 2nd leading tackler. He bounced off the would-be tacklers at the line of scrimmage, tried to come here to the near side, and they drop him for a loss. And the way the kids are reacting, it may be a hole on TCA. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, it's going to be a hole, but that tackler, I got to give credit where the credit's due. He came in wrapped up. Did you see how he wrapped both arms around the body and took him straight down? You couldn't get more textbook than that. Any defensive coordinator had to be proud of that tackle.
You can tell, Stan, they pursue pretty well, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they do a good, and they tackle well, too.
Yep.
Good form.
20, 35-yard line, 8-14. This is reminiscent of the drive that TCA had here a couple of weeks ago where it took a lot of the first quarter time off.
That's okay.
Against Jackson Christian. Here's Wilson running out of that gun, able to squirt his way through defenders.
Looky.
He is within going all the way. He's inside the 20, down to the 15. They gang tackle him, but not before he picks up another Clement Transmission Record Service first down. Stan, he ran right into a sea of white and red numbered jerseys, but he was able to somehow squirt his way by all of them.
23-yard pickup. He's got 27 yards on 3 carries. More importantly, the third Clement Transmission and Record Service first down. Thank you, Jim and Connie Clement, the longest sponsor ever on TCA Sports on the radio.
Richard Skidmore says we sound good in Florida. The Hathcocks tuned in tonight as well. Again, 358-5791. We'll get your name on the air tonight. You'll become a radio star. In the gun, they hand it off. Here's the jet sweep this time, and that is Joshua Todd carrying it, and he's able to get down to about the 10. That is Todd carrying it. Todd, he runs that play, or TCA runs that play really well with him. He's had a couple of breakouts this year for big gains, but that time they drop him at the 10. Only a pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8. TCA can get a first down without scoring just inside the 3-yard line.
Diamond, this team from Franklin, Tennessee, they look to be doing a good job with their lateral pursuit, going left and right. TCA is doing a much better job when we're running straight at them, north and south.
Brandon Schulz acknowledging our post tonight, and we appreciate that. We're under 7
Brandon.
minutes. It is under 7 minutes. Wilson's in the gun. And the ball is snapped over his head. He's got to fall back on it at the 19-yard line. Stan, that was a problem a couple of weeks ago with Jackson Christian and TCA. Over and over, snaps over the head. I'm not sure what happened there, but it went over his head. He was able to fall back on it back at about the 18-yard line. So it now brings up 3rd and long. It's going to be 3rd and about 15.
Tough break for TCA. And those things happen from time to time, but dadgummit, when it happens right at that time, they always seem to hit us at the most crucial times, and we'll see what happens right here on 3rd and long.
Brad McCoy in the booth with us. How about Brad last week doing color? I thought he did a great job on the air. He sure did. Stan had the back surgery. He's doing well. High snap this time, but Wilson's able to put it down and throw it. It's a flutter ball, tipped, I think, at the line of scrimmage, and it brings up 4th and 15.
Boy, it's a good thing he got rid of that ball because there was a defensive end getting ready to come after him. Not that big of a deal. Well within TCA field goal range should we choose to go for it. And Diamond, it looks like we're going to go for the first down here.
It does look like that. Wilson came out of the game, though. Jake's out of the game. Connor Graves is the place kicker.
It is a field goal attempt.
And Graves, his longest, he's 2 of 2 this year. His longest is 34. This would be a 35-yard hash mark left attempt. It will be Eli Stewart, the holder. And Graves marks it off. Slide now a little bit to his left. 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Clock arrested. And the 35-yarder. Snap back, ball down, kick up. It's going to be short. And it did not get to the crossbar. And the defense holds for Franklin Grace. Good defensive stand for them, Stan, and that penalty really hurt TCA.
It certainly did. Well, we survived the penalty, but that snap over the head was really what did it for us. And, it changed the whole scheme of what we were trying to run. Well, 5:58, just under 6 minutes to go. It's going to be Franklin Grace with their first offensive possession, and this quarterback, by the numbers, he's a dandy.
Keith Hall is listening tonight. Big hello to Keith. I'm still away my book. Here's a lob in the backfield, and bang, hit back there for the loss. That almost could have been intercepted. They pitched it back to Kalen Jones, the quarterback, who's an outstanding quarterback. Ashton Kelly. It was number 33, Kalen Jones, and he's dropped for a big loss, Stan. That's a loss of about 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 18.
Diamond, one thing you saw the cut blocks at the knees by their offensive line.
High snap this time. They hand it off to the running back, and Jones gets up to about the 15, and he's dropped there. Well, the flip to him didn't work, and the inside off tackle run didn't work, and it's going to be 3rd down and long. He picked up a few yards. So, Stan, they have to get to the 30, and it's at the 16. It's going to be 3rd and 14.
You know who his mama is?
Mrs. Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mrs. Jones. That's one of the great songs of all time. That's enough. It is 5 minutes left here. I love the song, but I've heard better versions of it. Here's the quarterback running, throwing. It's caught at the 25 to the 28 and dropped there. Just short, 2 yards short. Caught that time. And let's see who caught that football. I believe it was Nathan Green who caught it. And he's up to about, Stan, the 28, and it's 4th and 2.
About an 11-yard pickup on that play.
Would they dare go for it here, or are they going to punt it? Well, they take the punter out. The punter is offensive lineman Cruz Hartman.
Well, we'll see.
And he goes out. So they do not show the inclination to punt the football. He averages.
This is 4th and a yard, really.
Not a great punter by average anyway. He's only averaging 28 yards per punt.
They're going to go quarterback sneak here.
There's the Aikens right below us here. They're just going to try to draw TCA off sides. I think Ashton Kelly up under center. And he's trying to hard count again. No, he's going to run it. And he is going to be stopped. He's a yard short. They stop him at the 29-yard line.
He lost yards.
He's talented, but that time the Lion defenders stopped him a yard short, and the Lions are going to take over the football at the 29-yard line.
Coach talked about 3 and outs, and that's exactly what your TCA defense delivered. A great stand on 4th and short. Really thought, man, why when you've had 3 backs in the backfield like that, hand it off, you've got 2 big blockers and a deep tailback, you can give it to the tailback running at full speed. I really don't understand the call, but hey, I'm glad they did the way they did.
I totally agree with you. That didn't have a chance, really, to be honest with you. TCA had that, they had that whole line just crunched right up there, the linebackers and the gaps as well. Well, the offense takes back over. It sure did. Wilson in the gun. Standing back near his 35. He's going to run out of it, and he's going to come this way. He's at the 30, to the 25, turns the corner at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's going to go in. Touchdown, Lions!
29-yard run. That play took about 3 seconds, Diamond Dave, and TCA with a 6-0 lead. No flags on the field. 3:53 to go in our first quarter play.
Jake the Snake, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And he moved right in there, and once he turned this corner here to the near side, within the hash to the line marker here, he was gone. And to attempt the PAT is Connor Graves. On the year, Connor has been very, very good. How good? 13 of 15. 6-0. Your Lions on the board at 3:53. Snap back. Ball down. Line drive. Good. It's 7-0 Lions. We'll take a quick 30, and we're back. With the Lions back on defense, trying to stop them again. They take the lead, the Lions do, 7-0. Stay with us on 105.3.
Hi, my name is Sarah Beth Langley. Dance on into Jean Langley Ford for the best deals on remaining 2020 models before the 21s hit the showroom floor. And don't miss the new season of Dancing with the Cars, underway now, featuring, known for their rough and tumble country swag, F-150 Ford and his big brother F-250. The always beautiful SUV sisters explore, edge, and escape.
Coming soon, the one everyone wants to see, the all-new Ford Bronco. Reserve yours at JeanLangleyFord.com.
And special guest, the one you love to hate, from the hit show Mustang King, Carol Gascan. Dancing with the Cars, now showing at Jean Langley Ford Easton Drive in Humboldt. Foxtrot into the finance department and get your best deal on your trade-in, and now offering guaranteed credit approval. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, all approved. And 2-step into our service bay for service work on all makes and models. You really should try Jean Langley Ford before you
Teresa
buy.
John,
the dealership
Whitehead listening, and Miss Lucy's probably tuned in tonight. She's
Miss Lucy Lou.
Getting ready for a walk in the morning. Here's the kick, and it goes and squirts out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. So they'll get some extra yards, and it will be the red numbers, white jerseys, black helmets, black pants of the Grace Christian Academy as they come now to back on offense. Stan, the Lions decked in all the purple tonight. Well, actually purple pants, gray jerseys with the purple numbers in white, trimmed in white. And the great defensive stand gave Wilson the chance to go in from 29 yards out.
These colors for Franklin remind me of a Middleton uniform and their color scheme.
Mike Roberts tuned in tonight as well as people begin to acknowledge that they're listening to the game. We appreciate that. So at the 35-yard line, high snap, but the quarterback pulls it down. He gives it to the running back, and to the 39-yard line, moving upfield in this case will be Kalen Jones. Jones came in, didn't really have a lot of yards rushing. His damage has been 25 receptions with 5 touchdowns. But stand again, they're missing Blake Barton, a guy that rushed for 19 touchdowns and 1,127 yards. Their offense a little stagnant, although that was positive yards of almost 5. Let's give him 5, 2nd and 5.
High snap
again.
High snap
again. Here's the throw. And wide open was receiver at the 45, and he just flat missed the outstretched arms of Max Maddox Lambert. 46 receptions, a good guy to go to, but Stan, he missed him by 3 or 4 yards, didn't he?
Well, what the deal was, they came in, and he basically stood there and let the TCA defender come right at him. Then he took a little bit took a little step to the right when he jumped up there and then popped that pass. He was feeling the pressure.
3rd and 5.
The heat was coming.
As they call in the play from across the way. Lions a chance to stop them again. Handoff, running back. No, he is a running back, and he's going to get the first down. Yeah. Second effort will give him up to the 45-yard line. And that's, again, Jones carrying the football. He's to the 46, and Stan, we had him. Someone had a hand on his jersey at about the 42 or 3, but he's able to power his way for 4 more yards and get the first down.
Got to make those tackles and wrap up at all times, Diamond.
Yep.
Boy, this team's really running a fever pace, kind of like we did with the dude running the offense.
3 down lineman. Ends creeping up here. Silly looks like he's going to come in on the blitz. High snap again, 3rd time, and again, handoff Jones. This time, bang, he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and nothing there at all as Bass and others were there. And J.P. Oliver's the guy that got him down low. A couple other purple-clad lines got him up top, a pickup of a yard, 2nd and 9.
Diamond, that's what, 3-4 high snaps in a row. Every snap on this series has been high. One of them's going to go right over their head here soon.
Yep. It's going to be 2nd and 9. You may have the fever if you're feeling it.
Yeah, need more cowbell then.
2nd and 9. They've got the cowbells here tonight. I think it may be illegal in the playoffs, but we're not going to report it.
We're a home team.
2nd and 9.
Quarterback
has another high snap, and this time it throws him completely off. And back at the 40, Ashton Kelly, the great quarterback, never had a chance. He had to reach up, flip the ball up in the air with his right hand, catch it down with his left hand, and TCA sacks him all the way back at the 38. And Stan is about 3 guys back here for the Lions.
Did I not call it? Now we know.
Sure did.
Now we know why the quarterbacks got negative 70 yards on the season coming into tonight's game.
Line defense playing well, but Stan, you can really tell they missed their great running back. They're really out of sync.
Yeah.
They're in the pistol this time with Kelly with Jones behind him. Kelly throws, and it's caught at the midfield stripe to the 45, and a first down for the receiver. Catching at that time was Will Beasley, and Beasley's had a big year. 28 receptions now, and Stan, he was open. The quarterback, Kelly, found him, and then he was able to struggle for the first down.
16-yard pickup, and what you got with this team, Diamond, they run outstanding routes.
They really do.
I mean, they are very precise
in
what they do.
How about this? 46 receptions, 28 receptions, 25 receptions, 27 receptions. They've got the weapons out there to catch it. And bang, in the backfield, Jones is hit for a loss. And he hands the ball to the official. He's copping a plea. He thought he might have been grabbed around the face mask, but no cigar. They actually give him the line of scrimmage and maybe a half a yard at that, 2nd and 10.
I'm not going to give him a yard on that play, but
nope.
I'm not feeling too generous tonight, Diamond.
I would think so. It's been not a generous week for you, has it?
It's been a good week. I'm upright walking.
3 receivers, far side left, 2 here to the right. They're both stacked, one behind the other. I don't know that I've seen this formation all year. We've seen triples stacked.
Something like it in college.
Man in motion coming this way. Kelly, the great quarterback, in the gun. They're in the pistol again with Jones behind him. He looks right, now looks left, and then looks right. Man wide open at the 20 to the 15, all the way down to the 10-yard line. And he looked left, and that froze the defenders ever so momentarily. And then catching it was a big tight end. That is Owen Brewer, who caught that football, and Stan over the middle was just absolutely wide open. And they're knocking on the door at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal.
34-yard pickup and another first down for Franklin Grace. He's got really a weird throwing motion if you look at it.
It's effective. Triples far side left in the pistol again. Play fake. They throw it out here. They use the 3 receivers, 2 to block, and then the trailing receiver caught it, and he's down to about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, only a pickup of
flag on the play is holding. Oh, what is that? Personal foul.
It's got to be on them when the white hat throws it.
He's back here at about the 15-yard line, and let's see what that's about. Personal foul is what they call, and the white hat is the guy that's.
It's not on them. It's not on us.
I don't think so. Although neither team is moving. Yeah, it is on TCA. Yep, sure is. Personal foul on TCA.
Roughing the passer.
Yep, that's exactly. We were watching the receiver. I think the guy that caught it, Stan, we're going to double check. Maddox Lambert caught it.
That sounds more like it.
He's got 47 receptions on the year, and that moves it half the distance, and it's down. Oh, no, it's actually down to about the 3-yard line. What did they mark it, Stan? 3 or 4? They'd mark it at the 2-yard line, and that pistol again. It's worked since they've gone to that pistol. Triples here to the near side, wide side of the field. Hash mark left. Here's the high snap, rolling this way and throwing this way, and incomplete. Good pressure as he had to unload it really quick. Looking back, Stan, to see who that pressure, who had that pressure on him, and trying to, these numbers are a little difficult to read.
Gut.
Yep. I think it was Salih. It was Braden Salih who had the pressure on him, and the receiver was able to get a right hand on it but not gather it in. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2.
Wholesale substitutions, and a lot of those look like lineman substitutions. I'm really afraid of them going to the cut block here and trying to take out knees on this play. They have a history of doing that.
Here is where they come out of the power set. Yeah, they go in the shoebox. Here is under center, Kelly. Kelly flips it back here to Jones. Jones has 2 blockers in front of him. It didn't help him a lot. He gets down to the 1 and is stopped there by the Lion defense.
Give a pickup of about 1 on that play. Who was
Harrison
that again?
Freeman made it was Jones that carried it, and that's going to end your first quarter. When we come back, the Lions lead 7-0. We'll take a 60, and when we come back, it's going to be 3rd and goal at the TCA 1 for Franklin Grace. Back after this 1-minute message on 105.3.
Need a new car? We're always open online and always offering huge savings at Victory Honda of Jackson. Car buying has never been easier. Buy from home and get your vehicle delivered to you with peace of mind. Like a brand new 2020 Honda CR-V LX front-wheel drive for just $239 per month. A brand new 2020 Honda Accord LX Sedan CVT for just $199 per month. Or a brand new 2020 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $188 per month. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. That's right, no payments until 2021. For complete details, visit victoryhondajackson.com or come into Victory Honda on Highway 45 Bypass today and save. We're always open online and always offering huge savings. So see it all at victoryhondajackson.com. Credit through Honda Financial Services. Small buyers of vehicles will qualify. See dealer for complete details. Lease for 36 months at 36,000 miles. Retail purchase only at MSRP with top-tier credit approval. First 3 payments before delivery. Excludes $599 fee. Excludes Honda HRV and FedEx. To combine with any other offer or internet pricing. Offer ends 2021.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Into the first quarter, beginning of the second. TCA leads 7-0, but Franklin Grace knocking on the front door of the TCA Lions.
Going to a new running back there. We'll spot his numbers. He's a little bit sideways with me now. I can't read that number. High
snap again.
Kelly this time, though, and they're going to throw it. It's going to be caught. Yeah. Well-designed and executed play. He looked like he was going to roll left, and then he had a receiver, Jones, who just sort of froze over there on the right side of the line, and it is Jones catching that football for the Franklin Grace Academy. Touchdown. It's 7-6, and Stan, that was well-designed.
Yeah, what they did, they rolled to the right. He looked like he was going to throw, and he did a complete 360, and here they come with this gimmick offense. We've seen this from USJ. I can't stand that. The left foot to try for 3.
1 yard pass. This kid's pretty tough, too. He's 22 of 26 on the PAT. Snap back. Kelly's the holder, by the way. And he boomed that thing. That thing could have gone 40 yards. It is tied at 7-7 with 11:55. So the first play of the second quarter, not a good one for your Lions. We've got a Donnybrook here early. Stay with us. 30 on 105.3.
Hi, I'm Dr. Toyos of Toyos Clinic. Are you ready to enjoy freedom from glasses and contact lenses? We now offer the latest technology, flapless LASIK. With flapless LASIK, the very next day you can swim, work out, wear makeup. Call our LASIK concierge for a free consultation. 800-603-1989, 800-603-1989. Toyos Clinic, flapless LASIK. See better, look better.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Diamond, we're set for the kickoff. Only 5 seconds in, we're tied at 7.
Good crowd here tonight for TCA. A nice crowd all the way down from Middle Tennessee as well. Here's a line drive. It's knocked down at the 25 to the 30 and up to about the 33, 34-yard line. Good play there. Was that Keltner who knocked it down? No, it's not Keltner. We'll double-check and wait and see.
That's Colby Moore.
That's Colby Moore that knocked it down. Good play there by the 8th grader.
I mean, showed great hands.
He knocked it down, then had the presence of mind to stay with it and gets a nice bit of greeting here from the near side, from the purple-clad bench. Well, it's at the 32, actually. It's going to be 1st and 10 Lions. We're tied at 7-7.
I got to say, I'm very close to the Moore family. I kind of consider Colby a nephew of mine.
32-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. And the Lions now will send triples far side left. One receiver here to the near side. In the gun, Wilson brings a man in motion here to the near side. That's Todd. They go inside the inside handoff at Stewart. Stewart carrying it. And he moves to about the 37. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. Tackle there by a couple of the big white jersey-clad Franklin Christian Academy. And leading the charge was James Summers.
It'll be 2nd and a long 5, short 6 after that pickup of 4 on the play. 11:26 to go. And we're tied at 7. You've got Franklin Grace 4-man line. They're running one linebacker up on the line of scrimmage outside.
Well, Alan Smith, the guy furthest away from us out there in the trifecta. Now here's Wilson trying to get to the back of the line of scrimmage as he was sliding in. We've got a little extracurricular activity going on down the field with Connor Graves and one of their guys, but everything cool heads prevail. And nothing there at all as they corral Wilson, now holding on TCA, the 2nd hold they've had tonight.
And that's definitely not what TCA needs in this, in this particular position. That's been a bugaboo with us all year long, Diamond.
It really has. We've had too many holding calls, no doubt. This offensive line, a good offensive line, and sometimes they get a little anxious. Yep, sure do. They have that line, Jay Looney and Bass. We mentioned the big Bass man several times this year. Salih on the line as well. We'll mention all of them here, but they miss Max Spade, who's out with the injury.
He's down there on the sidelines.
And the ball at the 32. And it's 2nd and about 19. Wilson. The ball goes right through his hands. That was a good snap. He just went through his hands, and he has to fall back on it at the 10-yard line. TCA has to get to the 42. It's going to be 3rd and 32.
Loss of 13 on that play. TCA just... I'm going to be real honest. We're self-destructing on this series.
We really are. And back to the 11, actually, so it's going to be 3rd and 31.
Well, I don't know how many 3rd and 31 plays Coach has got in the playbook, but if he's got one, time now use it.
Yep, sure is. Wilson, you don't want to turn it over back here or do anything crazy. Just get some positive yards. They'll run Wilson out of the shotgun. He's to the 15, to the 20, and gallops his way literally to about the 25-yard line and will be decked there. And it's going to be 4th and long.
14-yard pickup, so he gained 1 more yard than what we had on the previous line of scrimmage.
And Stan, you'll take that under those circumstances. Yeah. You'll just take positive yards and now try to boom it out of there. Wilson's the punter. He's averaging 36 yards per punt this year out of that really tight formation.
And the thing is, with this formation, you cannot really
get a lot of leg on it, can you?
No, I mean, for the defense, you can't get a lot of protection, or
sure
you can't go back and get a good return setup is what I'm trying to say.
They have the 5-man front, and here's Wilson knocks. That's a nice punt, though. We'll be gathered in at the 40. Coming here to the near side to the 45, and great downfield coverage. And then bang, we hit the hit of the year right there. Bringing it back was number 20, and I don't have a 20, but he was hit.
Who was that there?
At about the 43-yard line. And boy, was he got by the first guy ever so slightly. It impeded his progress, and it set up what would actually be a collision course right after that.
Ran over him like a Mack truck.
Sure did. At the 44, though, they have got great field position, best field position they began tonight.
Yeah.
In a 7-7 game, 9:27 first half. And now got to control their quarterback.
Different running back in there, isn't it?
Kelly, yeah, they had a different running. He moved a little bit too. No, that's the same guy. Yep, that's
lost one on the play.
That's Jones carrying it. I thought he moved a little bit too.
Yeah, he
moved
did.
forward a little bit. They didn't call it, and he lost a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11. That sort of set things off a little bit. Well, Stan, their running game without their great running back has not materialized. It's been their passing attack that's hurt TCA.
And quite frankly, that's playing to one of our weaknesses, if you want to be honest.
Doubles each side of the field. Hashmart right. Kelly drops. Straight drop.
That's
Looks
a
like they set
screen.
up the screen, and they do, to Jones. Jones at the 45. We missed the tackle. To midfield to the 45. He's got the first down. We missed the tackle back at about the 45. It enabled him then to get upfield and then downfield as he crunches his way to about the 45-yard line of TCA. That was Jones who caught the football, number 33.
Yeah, 11-yard pick. There was an illegal pick on that play, too, that they did not see.
Well, here's Kelly in that shotgun again. Handoff this time running back and able to lower his head and literally bang his way down to about the 41. Picks up 4, 2nd and 7. A host of Lions push him back. Led a little marking going on. There's
we were
Eli
holding him
Stewart
up trying to strip the ball.
Stewart had a hand on him. Lions have Mark Matlock out there on that D line as well. Also out there is Michael Palmer. Yeah, they were. 2nd and 6. Quick offense. They go over the middle, wide open. It's caught. Lambert caught it. He's at the 30. Lambert's pushed back at about the 30, but he's going to get forward progress and another first down and stay in the middle. They've seen something in our defense, and that middle has been wide open tonight.
Yeah, and that's just the tough thing. I'm not a real defensive back expert. Defensive coverages were not my specialty, but they're certainly finding every hole. They're using a lot of screens and different types of cuts to make these holes.
In the pistol again. Here is the play fake. They throw it out here to the receiver to the 30, and great defense. He caught it at the 30, and then he's corralled by Joshua Todd at the 28. Nice week for the Todd family. Dad reelected, and at the 28-yard line as a representative, does a great job for us. We'll keep it impartial as far as our thoughts and beliefs about politics.
Let's not even talk about elections.
He, great man.
Yep.
So at the 28, pickup of only about a yard or two. It's going to be 2nd and a short 9, long 8. Kelly, still plenty of time back there. Now flushed, and he's hit, and he's decked at the 35. And the Lions, he had some time, but good downfield coverage as he had some time to throw but could not unload, and he's tackled back there at the 35-yard line. The first guy there, Mr. Matlock.
2 sacks.
Mark Matlock, excuse me.
3 sacks now for
3rd and 15.
A total of negative 15 yards.
3rd and almost 16.
Snap.
High snap. Pulls it down, throws it, caught, nice catch in traffic, and inside the 25 to the 24. It's going to be short, but boy, what a catch. I mean, there was 3 lines around Lambert, and he still somehow caught that bullet pass from Kelly. He does have an awkward throw, but he's effective. He's accurate.
It's not pretty to look at by any means. It's like a shot put throw.
Well, Stan, he's averaging 61% of his passes being complete. They're going to go for a field goal.
He's got the leg to do
it. I
it.
thought it was
Watch it fake.
4. He's at the 32. It's a 42-yard field goal.
He's got distance.
Cruz, Hartman, 5 of 8. Here's a snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. And that kick, ladies and gentlemen, is no good. It slid off to the right. It had the distance, but he slightly missed it to the right. It was ever so close. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the Lions on offense, tied at 7-7, 6:14 in the half. Stay with us on 105.3.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the deliciously cheesy McDouble or the boldly seasoned hot and spicy McChicken with small fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
The Lions have to get Matlock out there as an offensive lineman. And now he gets out there, 9 on the play clock, 7 on the play clock. Wilson knowing that as he gets the high snap and gives it to Freeman. Freeman able to get a few yards as he's able to
about 3, maybe
gallop
4?
his way for about 3 or 4. Let's mark it at the 20, between the 23 and 24. So it's going to be a pickup. Let's give him 4. We're generous.
Okay.
2nd and 6.
Depends on who's running the ball, whether we're generous or not.
That's exactly right. Under 6 minutes and a good first half, well played by both teams for the most part. A couple of holes on TCA have hurt them, but it's been
we've dodged a couple of bullets.
Been a physical game. 3 receivers, a clean play game though. 3 receivers, far side left. Wilson wants to run that way, trying to get a block, and he's going to turn the corner and maybe get a few yards up to about the 27. Got more than I thought. He'll slide his way to about the 20. That's the thing about him, Stan. He just squirts his way by people, runs sideways sometimes. Got great feet going forward or laterally, and it's going to be at the 27, and it's going to be 3rd and 3.
8 carries, 52 yards on the night for the Snake as he slithers over that 50-yard mark.
A slithering snake is hard to corral. Here is Wilson, the Snake, back there again. Eli Stewart to his right, triples far side left, short side of the field. This time he's going to run this way, and he's going to be able to dodge his way 30, 35, 40. Look at him go, 45. He may go. He's at midfield to the 45. One man to beat, 30, 25, 20. They don't have a good angle. Touchdown, Mr. Wilson.
73 yards. We did that in stereo,
Sure
Diamond.
did. 73 yards. Stan, they ran him here ever so slightly to the right off tackle. Then he's able to just make his way back to the middle of the field, ran across the purple tee, the top side of it anyway, and moved 73 yards. And Stan, that is just God-given ability right there.
3 plays, and that was 80 yards on the drive, Diamond.
80-yard drive, capped off with a 73-yard run by Wilson. And the Lions lead the game for the second time, 13-7, now with 4:46 left. Field goal was no good, and the Lions take over, and they move it down now for a attempt for a PAT.
You see what I talked about getting by the first line?
Yep. Here's the kick. And it's a low line drive, but it's good. Doesn't matter as long as it goes through. It's like putting in golf. It is 14-7. The Lions lead by 7. 4:46 in the first half. Stay with us. TCA Football on 105.3.
Need a haircut on a Monday, but no salons open? We've all been there with hairdressers not open on Mondays. Not anymore. House of Hair opens Monday and every Monday. Walk-ins welcome, appointments to suit your schedule. And right now, House of Hair is looking to hire 3 hairdressers and a nail technician. House of Hair, a full-service hair salon. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 16A Conrad Drive, Jackson. 731-240-1660.
Hello?
Big Steve, what you doing?
I'm freaking out, Dano. That's what I'm doing. I'm freaking out.
All right, calm down, Big Steve. Keep your head. What's wrong?
I sold my house, dude, in 7 days.
You sold it?
Well, Kimberly Evans sold it, but, hey, I need you to come over and help me pack.
Help you back? I got a better idea. Call Kimberly back and have her find you a new house.
Call Kimberly now at 731-668-1777 or 731-697-8558. That's 731-697-8558. Or visit KimberlyEvans.com.
On our audio tonight, Brad McCoy in the house with us, our engineer and chief engineer and controller. Stan Gerard to my left, Diamond Dave, and here's a short kick. It's going to be gathered in by Jones at about the 35. He's up to about the 40. The short kick gives him fairly good field position. And at the 40-yard line, it'd be first and 10. 14-7. Yeah, a little skirmish going on there. Keltner and their leading tackler, in this case, Kyle Wolf. Well, it's going to be at the 40-yard line, first and 10. Good field position for Mr.
Short kick.
Kelly in the game.
But we covered it well, though.
Doubles both sides. They're in the pistol with Jones behind Kelly. Lines up right behind him. 3 men front for the Lions. They look like they have Palmer coming this way, and they throw it out here, and it's dropped.
That's a fumble.
And incomplete.
Go
the
after
official
it.
says that was an incomplete pass. It was behind the line of scrimmage. Forward progress, or forward pass, I guess. But the TCA crowd wanted it to be a fumble. I think they fell on it anyway. Would have been a loss of about 5, but 2nd and 10.
Well, he dived on it and then squared it out, and Blake kept pointing his arm the whole time. You get on that until you hear that whistle. Always chase that football around like it's a hot potato.
No doubt about it. 4.5 minutes left in the half. Clock arrested after the incompletion. The blue lights at the exit over there, the entrance to my left.
Saying
doubles each side. Kelly puts a man in motion here coming to the near side. Long count. Gives it to Jones. No, he play fakes it. He's in trouble. And he's going to run right and be sacked. Back at the 35-yard line. 3 Lions in pursuit, and 3 Lions found him in pursuit. Back at the 34, actually. A loss.
About a 7-yard loss in play. 22 yards in sack yards for Mr. Kelly, and that's with an EY, by the way. For those of you scoring at home, and we do have people scoring at home tonight.
Like Dale Kelly and Zach O'Kelly. They both have the E in there. They want to set up a screen, and here it is, and incomplete. Lions had it well defended and jumping up to try to get a paw on it that time with the Lions, Corey Bass. But then it falls harmless to the turf. The Lions had 3 people around the football, but they just couldn't get there.
Diamond, the quarterback, Kelly, for Grace Franklin is a fine, fine quarterback. But some of the play calling that they have for him is very questionable. I'd like to see him with a different OC and see what that guy could produce.
I think a lot of it's Stan. They're missing their big running back. I'm not making excuses for them. Here's a pretty good punt.
Not bad.
We'll bound inside the 40, take a Franklin Grace Academy roll, and go out at about the 30-yard line. I think him not being out there, Blake Barton, has really affected them. Yeah, I think so. You can just tell they're missing something. I'm not sure how much And the thing is, Stan, he has 29 receptions for 3 touchdowns as well as the 1,127 yards. So they use him in different ways. This looks like it's hurting him. Of course, it's hurting TCA not having Needham Goodwin out there as well.
Well, but on the passing game, you looked at their stats, Diamond. They spread the ball around. You had no one guy that was leading in the coverage. They spread the love around a bunch of 3 or 4 guys over that 300-yard mark. They spread the love around evenly.
5 guys with over 20 catches on the year. So the ball's at the 31-yard line where the Lions lead 14-7. Boy, a score here would be big.
He knows how to keep his receivers happy.
Yep. Triples here to the near side.
They've gone to a 5-man front.
Back to the left of Wilson, handed off to Harrison Freeman. That's the back. They grab him around the shoulder pads, but that's the strength of Harrison Freeman. He's able to power his way to about the 36, a pick of a 5. Harrison Freeman coming in the game, 56 carries, 341 yards, 6.1 yards per carry, Stan. That's one thing I always look at, and he picks up 5 there, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I had him at 4. We're going to go ahead and give him 5 after the foot spot.
So at the 36, 14-7 your score. 3:15 clock running, second stanza. TCA leads the game by 7. First time at home in a long time in the TSSAA playoffs. Wilson able to move to his right. Now go back. Look at him dance and dash his way up toward midfield for a Jimmy Connie Clement. And Wrecker service first down. And that kid is so elusive. I think when we say him Jake the Snake and he slithers, I think that's a good description of how he runs that football.
10 carries, 137 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Diamond, if you notice our formations, we're not running the formations that we showed the last 2 weeks with the power formation. We're going back to more of a 2 tight end, 1-out offense instead of that dual power or power blocking single wing type of thing that we've been using the last couple of games.
5'9", 170. Wilson has Freeman to his left, gives it to Harrison. Harrison lowers his helmet and shoulder and is able to get maybe 3 to about their 48, and that's it. And we've got a lot of pushing after the whistles.
Pick up a 2.
So Lee, he doesn't back down from anyone. He and one of their linemen just sort of jawing at each other a little bit. Of course, after last week, we need to all keep cool heads.
Well, that's what some teams do. They're masters at trying to push your buttons, so to speak.
2nd down and 8. That's a pickup of a long 2, so it's 2nd and a long 7, short 8 in this case. Boy, look at this formation, very tight, and the triples are here just to the
little short
side of the field. Yeah, I mean, everyone within just about 15 yards of the sideline here. Wilson wants to run. He'll move far side left, and he's going to move inside the 50 to the 45. And, boy, do they grab him hard at about the 40-yard line, but he gets the first down. They literally picked him up by the back of his jersey and slammed him. It was a clean play, but they slammed him to the turf. Glad he's okay, Stan. He's getting up a little he's making adjustment, so the shoulder pads and the helmet is going to be a Clement transmission and Wrecker service first down to the 40-yard line of Franklin Grace.
11 carries for 145 unofficially, and that play we're running into some of their strength, but Jake is so quick. He's getting to that corner before they can react to it and then turning upfield and getting the positive yards.
From their 31, TCA's moved it to the 40 of the opponent.
It's a real fine line on that play.
Ashmart left, 1st and 10, high snap. Give it to Stewart. Stewart hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back right there. Nothing there at all. And Blake Butler wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. It's going to be 2nd and 10 with 1:10. That clock still running. Now they stop it at about 1:10. And the Lions are going to call the timeout. And we'll give him maybe no, he didn't get anything. It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 40. When we come back after this 30, the Lions lead 14-7, trying to tack on more with 1:11 in the first half. Stay with us on 105.3.
Leave the termites dead. Make sure the ants won't spread. Have no fear, we got your back.
You're the best, Mac.
Mac, the bug stops here.
Whether it be bugs, termites, or moisture issues, Mac Pest Control has you covered. Russ McKelvey with Mac Pest Control, servicing Jackson, Memphis, and Greater West Tennessee. Have you been experiencing issues with mold, fungus, or moisture in your crawl space? Give us a shout at MacPestControl.com and we'll line you up for a free inspection.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Diamond Dave, $1:11 to go in our first half. It's 2nd and 10 for TCA. Ball at just inside the 40-yard line, far side hash. Time becoming a factor here. in the first half.
Let's
You'd love
yell.
to sneak in another score.
Thought you were going to work in time is on my side. Is that?
You know, it's not on our side
not
here.
on our side now. It's on their side. But, hey, plenty of time. 40 yards on. When you got Wilson back there,
it can happen
a
quickly.
minute 11 is a long time. Harrison Freeman's to his right. Again, those three receivers crunched over there on the short side of the field. Wilson has it. Wilson eludes the first would-be tackler and then a great tackle. Outstanding tackle at the 38-yard line, and seeping in at that time was their fourth leading tackler, the defensive back, Cooper Mason. That's a back shooting through their stand, making that tackle.
Yeah, they like I said, they had the five-man front, and they're playing those linebackers back about 3 yards. They picked one to shoot that time. It just happened to be right into the four hole where we were running the B gap right side.
Loss of about a half a yard. Let's call it 3rd and 10. Would like to get about 25 yards here at least and get
they're strong to the left.
Ray's out there for here's a handoff to Freeman. Freeman hits the line of scrimmage, and then he's hit by about 4 or 5 white-clad Franklin Grace kids. And it's going to be a pickup of 2 down to the 38, and it brings up 4th now. And
we gotta go for
about 8. Go for it now with 15 seconds. Blake's going to call a timeout, I think, here and let it run down to just a handful of seconds and then go for it. That's what he's doing. He's watching the clock. His dad, Keith, trained him well. His mom, Janet, they're all listening up in Pittsburgh tonight. Happy to have you on FoxSportsJackson.com. Stan, we're going to keep it here.
Yeah.
2 seconds left. TCA leads the game 14-7, and do you try to roll Wilson out and let his legs do the damage, or does he put it in the air here?
Oh, you're going to have to try and put it in the air, no question about it. You got to go with like an RPO option. The ball is in pretty much in the center of the field. I'd love to see us roll to the left and go the strength of his, with his arm, but we've got that tendency to roll to the right, roll to the opposite side of our quarterback's throwing hand. I'd like to give him that chance to run or throw. And like I said earlier, they're playing so tight, Diamond. If our receiver, they're playing tight coverage, single man. If we can get, make one move past that, you've got some open space there to mow some grass and get 6 on the way into the end zone.
For you novice fans listening, the RPO is a run-pass option. It's what the RPO stands for. And it will be at the 38-yard line. I think most people that follow football know what that means, but it is an offense that has really caught on the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
And Harry Carey would say that's spelled backwards is opper.
I think we've always run the RPO. People have, but
timeout
they just
again.
And now Blake Butler calls another timeout. So we're going to sneak one in this time. A 30-second break, and when we come back, the Lions lead 14-7. 2 ticks left in the first half. We'll come back and see what Blake Butler draws up on the offensive drawing board here after this 30-second message on 105.3.
Hello, I'm Greg Parsons with First Bank. Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the TCA Lions all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a traditional personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. Timeless values like these are just one of the many reasons to do business with First Bank. First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Well, Diamond Dave, they're going to play very deep coverage. They got one guy standing on about the 3-yard line, 3 guys back at about the 25 to 20. You're going to have to find a gap and hit it to get past this defense.
Yeah, the old prevent defense, isn't it? Freeman to the right. He'll stay back there and block for Wilson. Wilson slings it downfield and got a guy down there, and it's incomplete. Good effort by the Lions down there, and running under that football momentarily was, can't tell that number. But anyway, it's incomplete. And the team's head to the locker room, and we've got a good one. 14-7 Lions over Franklin Grace. We're back after this 2-minute message with our halftime activities on 105.3.
Gee, Dad, I'm excited that you're taking me shopping for my first car. Where are we going?
To the same place your granddad took me for my first car, Old Country Auto. But now it's Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto. They still have the same laid-back atmosphere and friendly staff to help you, and a wider variety of vehicles and more to choose from. Well, here we are.
Wow, is that a car or a truck?
That is a 1985 El Camino.
That's a cool car over there.
That is a 1969 Camaro SS. Pace car convertible. Here's what you've been looking at online. There's all the sedans.
And look at all those SUVs.
Now let's drive a couple of these SUVs and a couple of these sedans and we'll take it from there. Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto carries a wide variety of inventory from SUVs, trucks, sedans, passenger vans, and classic cars. Go to oldcountryauto.com and shop for your next vehicle or just come by and see us at Airways and the Bypass, Jackson, Tennessee.
Always dependable. Clement Automatic Transmission. Owners Jim and Connie Clement have invested over 40 years building a reputation of integrity based on Christian principles, specializing in foreign and domestic transmission repair, featuring experienced technicians. Two have been at Clement's for over 30 years. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30 at 3846 Brownsville Highway in Jackson. Every time, depend on Clement Automatic Transmission. Jim and Connie say thanks for this community support for over 40 years.
Thank you for following TCA Athletics. This is JP Oliver, senior football player. TCA students are taught the values of persistence, commitment, and teamwork through participation in our successful athletic programs. In our past 20-plus years as members of the TSSAA, Trinity has earned numerous district, regional, and sectional championships and 5 state titles. The TCA Booster Club supports 13 sports and over 40 middle school and high school teams each year. To learn more about the TCA Booster Club, visit the Booster Club section at tcalines.com.
Since 1996, Sports Orthopedics and Spine in Jackson has been treating sports injuries of all kinds of athletes at every level. Doctors Keith Nord, Scott Johnson, Timothy Swale, and Michael Pearson, the best team in medicine, provide world-class care focused on you. Get same-day appointments. Sports Orthopedics and Spine is bringing patients the miracle of joint replacement and reconstruction. Now offering the latest in stem cell and platelet-rich plasma therapy. Find out more at sportsorthospine.us. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Thank you very much, Tom. The Bomb Mapes, we are at halftime of this Division II Class A first-round playoff game, and your TCA Lions are leading Franklin Grace by a score of 14-7. We'll get you some stats and a scoring and a play-by-play of the scoring in just a few minutes. We're going to give you a statewide scoreboard, which we don't do a whole lot, but here we go. Upperman and Signal Mountain second quarter tied at 14. Southside has got a pick 6, but Springfield leads 21-7. Kingston leads Chucky Doak 28-20 fourth quarter. Franklin over Smyrna 21-6 second quarter. Harding Academy, who will be in our league next year, losing 41-0 in the second quarter to Lausanne. Other scores coming in from around the state of Tennessee as we scroll down. Ray County 14, Fulton nothing. Fourth quarter, it is Alcoa 49, Johnson County 0. Fourth quarter of that ball game. Looking at some other scores from around here. We'll try and get those to you. Here's one coming up here. It looks like folks, if you're going to send a tweet, put the score on it. We send everything but the score of the ball. Here it is. Hardin County leading 31-0 in that game. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. They put it all the way at the bottom where I was not looking at, still looking at some other things here. And scores a little slow to come in tonight. Hampton leads Oneida 21-14. Gatlin over Columbia 7-0. South Doyle leads Daniel Boone 31-6. It is, and when you're giving scores on tweet, give the school name, not nicknames. Good grief. Here's a score for you. Jackson Christian and FCS tied at 14 with 4:24 in the second quarter. Jackson Christian lost 3 games in a row. I really didn't give them much of a chance, to be honest with you. I hope they done well, but I really didn't give them much of a chance, losing 3 in a row. But they were playing tough with FCS. And by the way, that is a rematch of the Division I Class A state championship game from 2006 that yours truly got to call the play-by-play of when Jackson Christian won Jackson's only state title in the game of football. Dyersburg leads Millington 20-6. South Pittsburgh over Joe Burns 28-0, second quarter. Other scores, Bledsoe leads Cascade 34-0. And trying to scan, not a lot of West Tennessee scores coming in. I really don't know why. They're usually, big. But Knoxville Grace and Chattanooga Christian. That's Chattanooga Christian leading Knox Grace 42-14. Knoxville Grace was coached by Rusty Bradley, who coached 1 year at USJ. Other scores from West Tennessee, Lexington leads 21-7 in their ball game against White House. Dyer County and Brighton, pretty good ball game in the second quarter, 9 minutes to go. 21-18, Dyer County leads that game. Monterey 21-6 over Sale Creek. And Pigeon Forge leads Claiborne 28-15 in that particular ball game. McMinn County and Bearden, McMinn 21-7, third quarter of that ball game. And that is probably a look at the scores in West Tennessee. We're running a little bit quicker, so we may be ahead of some of the other games. So we'll check back with that later. But we've got about 8.5 minutes to go in our halftime festivities. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the unofficial stats from the first half of play. We're at halftime. It's the Division II Class A first-round game between TCA and Knoxville Grace, Franklin Grace, and TCA leads at 14-7. We're back after this.
Always dependable. Clement Automatic Transmission. Owners Jim and Connie Clement have invested over 40 years building a reputation of integrity based on Christian principles, specializing in foreign and domestic transmission repair, featuring experienced technicians. Two have been at Clement's for over 30 years. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30 at 3846 Brownsville Highway in Jackson. Every time, depend on Clement Automatic Transmission. Jim and Connie say thanks for this community support for over 40 years.
Thank you for following TCA Athletics. This is Gina Kellner, president of the TCA Booster Club. God has called Trinity Christian Academy to assist Christian families and their churches in providing a biblically directed, academically excellent education that equips students to be godly leaders and servants in their home, churches, and communities. The TCA Booster Club's efforts help provide the resources necessary for our coaches to have the opportunity to carry out TCA's mission on the court and on the field.
At Sports Orthopedics and Spine in Jackson, their team of highly trained physicians utilizes state-of-the-art facilities and techniques to restore your health and mobility. They treat every kind of orthopedic injury and condition, offering world-class care. Same-day appointments. 2 orthopedic surgeons, a primary care sports medicine physician, and a doctor of chiropractics form the best team in medicine, maximizing comfort and convenience, minimizing costs. Now offering the latest in stem cell and platelet-rich plasma therapy. Find out more at sportsorthospine.us. Hurt Seed Company in Halls credits teamwork for their success since they were founded 4 generations ago in 1932. Today, brothers Trey and Ray Hurt appreciate the hard-working, dedicated employees they consider and treat as family. Several Hurt family children and grandchildren attend Trinity and help promote teamwork in TCA's athletic program. Hurt Seed Company, wholesalers and processors of soybeans and wheat, working closely with the agricultural community of West Tennessee to produce quality seeds. Teamwork in action. Let's go, Lions.
It's another year and another football season for the Trinity Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Steinbach, sales manager for Robinson Toyota right here in Jackson, Tennessee. Now, a lot has changed over the last year, but one thing that hasn't changed is Robinson Toyota's commitment to the Trinity Lions. We are back and better than ever with a new peace of mind lifetime warranty on every new Toyota and most of our used and pre-owned vehicles. Wow, a lifetime warranty on every Toyota. That's almost as good as a Trinity Lions touchdown. Stop by and see us at Robinson Toyota and support your Trinity Lions.
Autumn decorations are down from the attic, football tickets are purchased, and it looks like you're ready for fall. But is your home heating? Cold weather is coming, and McCoy's can get your furnace ready. Our technicians provide the highest quality inspections, cleanings, and repairs to keep your system running efficiently. Don't wait until the cold creeps in. Call McCoy's and schedule your maintenance today. 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. Simmons Bank is a proud sponsor of Trinity Christian Academy Athletics, and it takes a solid foundation to build a solid business, and nobody understands that better than Simmons Bank. Whether you need startup capital, equipment loans, or money for expansion, Simmons Bank has experienced business bankers that'll give you the time, accessibility, and the service you deserve. Simmons Bank has 20 West Tennessee locations, including 3 in Jackson. The Simmons Business Bank team is ready to help you. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Thank you very much, Tom. Makes 4.5 minutes to go in our halftime festivities. Let's take a look at the unofficial stats for the game first for Grace Christian Academy Franklin campus. Kelly, the quarterback, he's been sacked 4 times for negative 22 yards. Mr. Jones, number 33, 8 carries for 18 yards. So the Franklin Grace offense has negative 4 yards net in rushing. On the receiving side, Lambert, let's see, 34, that's 44, 55 yards on 4 receptions for Mr. Lambert. Beasley has 1 for 16. Mr. Jones has 3 for 6 and a touchdown. Green has 1 for 11, so the passing game has been pretty decent for Franklin Grace, but they've had a few miscues. TCA is taking advantage of them as they lead 14-7. Here's the stat for TCA. Stewart with 3 carries for 14 yards. Todd with 1 carry for 2 yards. Harrison Freeman, 7 carries, 29 yards. And Jake Wilson, the Snake, 12 carries, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this game. And with a recap of the scoring summary from the first half, here's the voice of TCA. I didn't get to do this earlier. With the scoring summary and recap, here's the voice of football in West Tennessee, the voice of sports in West Tennessee, Diamond Dave McCulley.
I know I'm going to owe you a lot of milkshakes when this thing is over, this season's over, but all those lead-ins. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure. Of course, long time. And it never gets old, and especially these playoffs. We mentioned the juice is sort of flowing tonight with everyone and sort of takes on a different level when you get to the playoffs. Here's how the scoring gap looks. 29-yard run by Jake the Snake Wilson, capping off a 29-yard drive after TCA had held them on a 4th and 2 from the 30. They stopped them at the 29. The Lions took over, and a play later, the run by Wilson gave TCA a 6-0 lead. Connor Graves, the PAT, he's been pretty automatic all year, made it 7-0. Then it was Kelly, and he passed to Jones, a 1-yard pass after they had moved it down. A 75-yard drive capped off at the 11:55 mark. That score, by the way, with TCA came in the first quarter at 3:53. And then the 11:55 mark, just 5 seconds into the stanza, 7-7 after Hartman's PAT tied the game for Franklin Grace. 42-yard field goal by Hartman was no good. The Lions took over and moved it right down the field, capped off by 73-yard scamper by Jake Wilson, made it 13-7, and the PAT by Connor Graves made it 14-7. Stan, if I remember correctly, it will be the kids from Franklin Grace receiving the kickoff correct in the third quarter. Let's do this. Let's sneak in a 1-minute break, and when we come back, Stan will have scores. And they say a minute 37 left on the clock, but it's going to be longer than that. Let's take a minute, and when we come back, Stan the Man will have some scores from other games around the area. The Lions lead this one 14-7. Thanks for joining us tonight. Stay with us on 105.3.
Have you been looking over and over online in search of that perfect engagement ring or that special piece of jewelry that you can envision in your head but just can't seem to find? Well, come let RJ Case Custom Design Studio, located inside Roberts Jewelers, bring your very own design to life. Come book your one-of-a-kind jewelry creation experience with RJ Case's head designer, Chris, by visiting Roberts Jewelers right away. If you can dream it, RJ Case can design it. RJ Case, located inside Roberts Jewelers, Van Drive, Jackson.
Voya Financial Advisors Stephen Brad Little, Byron Bush, Justin Howell, and Russell White are proud to support Trinity Christian Academy. Anything is possible with the right planning. To find out more about Voya, visit financialadvisorstn.com. And here's more about Trinity. Head of School Judy Brown, Elementary School Principal Christy Timms, Middle and High School Principal Tom Hughes, Admissions Director Laura Davis, Athletic Director Ken Northcutt, and the Head Football Coach Blake Butler. Voya Financial Advisors encourages TCA to train young champions for Christ. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Thank you very much, Tom the Bomb Mapes. Here's a couple of three other scores from around West Tennessee. First, a local score here. Not good news if you're a Northside Indian fan. They are losing to Creekwood 21-0. That game is at halftime. Also at the half, Hardin County leads White House Heritage by a score of 31-0. Last report I had, let's see, Huntington leads in their ball game at 30-4 against Cornersville. That's in years past has been a great ball game. Last score I had was Southside was losing to Creekwood 21-7, even though Southside had a pick 6 to get the score, but they're still behind by 14 in that game. This game for other scores, this game running fairly quickly. It's 8:08 and we're just about ready to start second half play in about 3 minutes. Last score we had Jackson Christian and actually check that. We have an update with 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. Jackson Christian leads Friendship Christian by a score of 17-14, a 16-yard field goal late in the second. Looks like they'll go in the half with the lead against FCS and Diamond. I said we I root against them during the year, obviously, but, when it comes to playoff time, you kind of want the home teams to win a little bit, especially in Division II, so you can have some more local games. But
absolutely,
Jackson Christian has not played well the last 3 weeks, and obviously whatever they had wrong for 3 weeks in a row, they've righted that ship, plugged the holes.
What's that score now?
17-14 with 9 seconds to go in the first half
All
of play.
Right. Good luck to the Eagles.
They've got things going on now.
Hey, good to have you Stan back. Of course, Stan missed the game a couple of weeks ago, but he is back after that back surgery. And Stan, I give you a lot of kidding a lot. I told you before the game, when you really like someone, that's when you ride them a little bit and kid them a little bit. But good to have you back under the duress you've been in, and you look like you sounded good all year, but you look like you feel better tonight than you felt in a long time.
Well, I've got 2 nasty-sized holes in my back. And
now, let's don't get real vivid.
Well, I had 2 basic electrodes put in my back along with a battery.
So I don't need to pat you on the back.
Lower back, stay away.
Yeah, okay.
But, it sends pulses through my body that adjusts the way my brain receives and interprets pain signals. And, I've still got some pain. I manage it much better. I'm happier. I can drive better. I can drive sitting up without pain. I can sit in a soft chair. This wooden stool is a little tough to
I can
sit
switch
on.
with you if you like.
No, I'd have trouble getting into this thing.
Well, that's what I thought, but
a little bit.
I have the chair back, of course.
Yeah,
but I'll be more glad to switch.
It's a tough.
Yeah.
I need a little bit of padding, but I had that surgery last Friday. 1 week ago today, I had the surgery. This time last week, I was laying down in bed, cheering you guys on.
Yeah.
Hoping we have a better outcome than it did. But
sure.
It certainly changes your perspective, and it's very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have a strong group of friends that were able to help me out the last year and a half, 2 years. So it's just great.
Well, that's good.
I'm appreciative. And we're ready for second half action. TCA kickoff. They'll be moving from left to right.
There's Macy Lee there. One of my favorites of all time. There she is. Her and her mom. All right, we're getting ready for this one. We'll get Stan's thoughts here in just a matter of moments of what he expects here in this second half.
Where's my stats?
It's 14-7. Your score. The Lions lead by 7. They'll kick off here. Eli Stewart, who has 3 touchbacks on the year. A little heavy air tonight. It's really nice. It's in the mid-50s, but the ball not carrying on the kickoffs as much. Although Hartman had a long leg on that long distance on that field goal attempt, he missed. Well, Stewart will kick it off, and here we go for the second half. The winner moves on to the second round. The loser, their season is over. And it's gathered in on the far side right over there at about the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Twisting and turning his way up near the 25-yard line will be the returner, Hubbard Galloway. And Galloway gallops his way for a few yards up to about the 23. 1st and 10 there. Your thoughts, Stan? What do you expect in the second half?
Well, I got to give another pat on the back. The 8th grader, Colby Moore, I've been talking a lot about him. He came down the kickoff coverage, and he did what he was supposed to do, turn to that guy towards the middle of the field to the other tacklers. Textbook play by the youngster.
They're in the pistol here with Kelly, the quarterback, handing it off to Jones. That was pretty effective in the first half. It's effective this time as he moves to the 30. He picks up about 4 or 5. The ball was marked at the 25, so let's give him the 29. 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6.
And Diamond, with that run, they are at 0 net yards rushing the football
Yeah,
tonight.
they've had some losses tonight. Here is the quarterback throwing it out here in the flat real quick. Caught at the 30 to the 35. He's got the edge to the 40 to the 45, and galloping up near midfield will be Maddox Lambert. He gets a first down just short of the midfield stripe at the 48, 1st and 10. Blake pacing the sidelines, not happy. His mom, Janet, and dad, Keith, listening up in Pittsburgh tonight. Keith Hall is tuned in still. We have another message. Teresa and John Whitehead and Lucy Lou listening tonight. She's all curled up in John's lap and listening to the ball game. Here is Kelly in that gun. The back moved again this time. They play fake it. Now they throw it out in the flat to the tight end. And nothing there at all. Great tackle out there in the right flat, one-on-one. Eli Stewart was there. And Stewart just corralled him and maybe give him the length of the football, and that's it. Maybe to the 49, 2nd and 9.
Who was that again?
It was Eli Stewart, and it was caught by the tight end that time, Owen Brewer. Well, triples here to the other side. One receiver far side right. In the pistol again. Kelly looks. Kelly on the slant pattern. Over the middle again. Scurrying him down. And it's going to be Height caught it.
Incomplete.
H-I-E-L-T. They say incomplete. Well-designed play again. They had him on the little slant there that time. A little delayed slant. He caught it and then bobbled it up, but they say never had possession. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 at the 49.
This team, Franklin Grace, they can run a bunch of good plays in a row, and then they got the bad habit. 4 or 5 good plays in a row, 6, 7, and then they have about 3 or 4 or 5 bad plays in a row as well.
They're all checking their left wristbands here. Well, that play has been called in.
Well, we're short on coverage on this side.
And here is 3 receivers here on the near side, and what do they call? The ball
Change
is
balls.
I'm not sure they're going to replace the ball back down to 49.
I think he turned the ball up. He picked the ball up and basically turned it around.
Yep. So at the 49, it's 3rd and 9.
Okay.
Big play. Kelly, the quarterback, high snap. He rose here the near side. The righty's got to turn and throw it. He's caught his receiver to the 40 or 50, 45, and going to be pushed back short. Nice defense by Braden Salee that time. They're going to be about 3 yards short. They've got to get to the 42, and it's at the 45-yard line, 4th and 3.
86 yards on 6 receptions for Lambert. TCA really putting the pressure on him. He had to kind of throw away from his strength. But TCA, he found an open guy, but TCA rotated and reacted very well that play to only give him 5, 6 yards on it.
Well, Alan Smith right below me here talked to his granddad during halftime. And his interception here a couple of weeks ago really turned things around. Keltner and Freeman and others out here. Here's 4th and 3. Big play, obviously. They roll right. And they throw right. It is caught. Is it caught or incomplete? They give him the reception at the 41-yard line. Caught there on a diving catch by Jackson Height. And you hear the crowd roar across the waiststand. First down.
4-yard pickup and a first down. Boy, TCA read that well. TCA was attacking the quarterback on that play. One of their linemen made an outstanding block, or otherwise the quarterback would have been toast on that. And here we go again.
And credit Kelly. He kept his poise under pressure.
Jones
is leaving early every time. At the 45-yard line, the pass is caught, and it's stripped away, and it's regathered in by Franklin Grace. I promise you, and I'm not homing it up, Jones, the running back, is leaving early every time he's leaning. You can lean, Stan, but you can't move, and he's moving his feet, and it's going to be a loss at about 6 yards. He'd have been better served to just drop that football.
Yeah.
And he did, but
second and what about?
They recovered.
2nd and 16.
He dropped it after he had
Watch him take off early again.
Reception. Let's see if he does it this time. Here
Chop
is
blocks.
the quarterback, Kelly, out in the flat to Jones, and incomplete. TCA had it well defended. He would have not got much. 3 guys were honing in on him, and Jones dropped the football. He may have heard them coming, as a matter of fact, and the pass was overthrown ever so slightly. It's going to be 3rd and about 15.
Center, after he took the snap, he turned to his left, dropped down, and chop block right at the knees.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 15.
Hate that type of block.
Jackson Christian leading their game. TCA leading theirs. And at 8:59 of the 3rd stanza,
press box is rocking.
TCA trying to stop them. 4-man front. TCA coming with a blitz. Here's Kelly rolling up. He's going to throw that football, and it's going to be caught. It's bobbled and caught at the 30 and up to about the down inside the 25 to the 21. He was very close to being over the line of scrimmage.
Who caught that? Big Lambert again?
It was caught. No, it was caught by 88, and that is going to be Brewer.
Big pickup of what, about 24, 25 yards?
25 yards, yeah. 1st and 10, and TCA had him on the ropes and let him off the hook. Now I got to stop him here.
That's what I talked about. We hold coverage and we rush him, and he's got an ability to hang on and just throw it the last second.
He really does. He's a good quarterback. Kelly in that shotgun. Jones to his left and ever so slightly behind him. They pitch it over here to Jones. Jones made a nice play. Could have been dropped for a loss. He's able to crunch his way, literally, crunch his way inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. And TCA had it well defended, it looked like. He was coming here to the left, and then Stan just cut it back inside and gets good yardage.
About an 8-yard pickup. Diamond, that's their longest rush of the night. That was an ugly, ugly pitch on that play. That could have been intercepted, stolen, and gone to the house the other way around.
Hyde in motion here to the near side. And it looked like a mix-up. Yeah, their quarterback went to hand it off to the right, and Jones had already moved past him to his left. And Kelly did a good job. The senior quarterback, Ashton Kelly, maybe a yard or two. It's going to be second and about, make it third, and about 2.5, almost 3 yards.
The good thing about it, he turned to his left. The running back went to the right. There was no running back there. So he did what all quarterbacks are taught to do, take it and follow that back into the hole.
They've got a good place kicker, but I think it's 2-down territory for them here. They're in the pistol this time with Jones behind Kelly.
He moved again.
And the handoff to Jones, and he did not get the first down. He's dropped at about the short of the 15, and they got to get to the 14 stand. It's going to be 4th and about a yard.
I'm telling you, and just like you said, he's moving every daggum time.
He really is. I just don't, I thought at first maybe it was just me and my old age, but he is moving, and he's just a ever so slight move, but he's moving. 4th, they actually say 2. It's at the 16, and they got to get to the 14.
I think we stuck him on that play.
Well, let's see if they're talking about where they're going to send Hartman in for the field goal. I don't think so.
No.
If they did, it would be about a 35-yard attempt. They're going to go for it. They're in the pistol again. Kelly, that quarterback, with Jones behind him. Kelly throws, got a man open, and it's caught. And inside the 15-yard line to about the 10. And again, Stan, they're utilizing their tight ends. And again, that's Brewer catching the football.
About a 4-yard pickup and a first down, 28 yards on 3 receptions.
And, man, they're getting these first downs, Stan, just almost at the last second
I know it.
of the play, aren't they?
I mean, you get back there and you look like you're going to take that quarterback and take him to Kroger for a sack, and then he just dumps the ball off for a first down.
14-7 your score. TCA by
Looking
7.
Left.
But they're threatening it now. Sack back in the backfield. First guy there. Looked like Corey Bass got him. Oliver and others are right there on him as well. And he sacked back at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, like I always say, take him to Kroger because that was a sack.
A loss of 4. They can get the first down. They can move to the 3. So it's going to be second and about 14 yards.
Yeah. Realistically, it's 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16.
Yep. Kelly in that gun again. Play fakes. That throws and almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Intended receiver at the goal line, but boy, who was that cut through there and almost picked that off? That's going to be Michael Palmer.
I mean, he actually could have had that. He took off before he had the ball, I think.
Palmer doing a good job. Of course, TCA playing tonight without their leading interceptor. And they're missing Mr. Carlton tonight, Bryce Carlton, who has 4. Both teams playing without some both teams playing without some top guns. Triples here to the near side, wide side of the field. 5:57 third. 3rd and 14. They throw it over the middle. That's been effective for them. It's caught by Lambert, but he's well short of the first down. They get down to about the 11-yard line, and I think they're going to go for the field goal here. Let's wait and see. They bring in 4 big guys, and they throw the tee, and out there and catching it is Cruz Hartman, and they'll mark it at the 19. It'll be a 29-yard field goal attempt. And trying to cut into the TCA lead at 5.5 minutes of the 3rd.
Left-handed
kicker.
The
left-footed kicker. Snap back, ball down, kick up. Boy, it's got the distance. Does it have the accuracy? No, he missed it again.
Wow.
That's the second one that he's hooked. And he's a good kicker. Boy, he's got the range, Stan, but that's twice he's missed it to the right. We'll take a 30-second break. The Lions hold on. They lead the game 14-7. Stay with us at 30 on 105.3.
Hertz Seed Company in Halls credits teamwork for their success since they were founded 4 generations ago in 1932. Today, brothers Trey and Ray Hurt appreciate the hard-working, dedicated employees they consider and treat as family. Several Hurt family children and grandchildren attend Trinity and help promote teamwork in TCA's athletic program. Hertz Seed Company, wholesalers and processors of soybeans and wheat, working closely with the agricultural community of West Tennessee to produce quality seeds. Teamwork in action. Let's go, Lions. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
14-7, the Lions lead by 7. They had the ball at their own 20. And off to Harrison Freeman, struggling for maybe a yard to the 21. That's it. And it's going to be second down and 9. By the way, folks, again, you're listening tonight on 105.3. You're also listening at FoxSportsJackson.com, and this game will be archived that you can listen to on the TCA Booster Club by Jay Cash and the gang. I think that will be up sometime tomorrow, I believe, or
sometime later on this week.
Yep, be on maybe by Sunday.
Once we avoid certain things.
And Jay doing a great job as he's done all year. He and Brad McCoy have been our cohorts in crime. Second down and 9, 4:45 clock running third.
Actually, I saw an old police car, looked like the old Bluesmobile coming out here.
Doubles, far side left, one receiver here to the near side. Haven't gone to Will Allen Smith and Connor Graves all night. Now, as I say that, they go to Graves. Graves at the 20. Nice move to the 25, to the 30.
That's a nice run.
He's up to the 32-yard line. He has, ladies and gentlemen, a Clement transmission and record service first down. You wondered when they would go to Will Allen or Connor Graves, and they go right on cue to Connor Graves' stand.
About an 11-yard pickup. More importantly, that's a TCA and Clement transmission record service. First down.
14th reception of the year for Connor. His mom somewhere in the crowd here tonight. Lovely gal.
There was one-on-one coverage. He caught that ball, got by one. I will credit Grace Franklin. They reacted well, but we got the first down. That was important. Great second effort, too.
Look at this tight formation. The 3 right here below us here.
We've
short
seen this
side
before.
of the field. Handoff, Freeman. Freeman looking for a hole. He finds a little bit of one. 35-40. He's finding running room. He's to the midfield stripe. Tiptoeing his way down the field. He hustles down to about the 45-yard line. Let's see where he goes out of bounds. They used those trifectas, Stan. They used them to block. And then Harrison, he exploded through the
about 23-yard pickup for Mr. Harrison.
He gets a little drink of water as they throw the bottle at him, showing good hands. He catches it, taking his good looks and his ability from his mom, nothing from his dad next door, Wesley keeping stats.
Yeah, got that off of the 4-hole right side in between the tackle and the end there. The B gap is some people like to call it, but it's really the 4-hole. And just did a great job. Had one man to beat, and he did it.
And you're throwing in the B gap, the 4-hole, the RPO. Here is Wilson running it, staggering his way forward.
Skip.
And is able to break.
Face mask.
Looks like a face mask. He's inside the 35 down to the 30-yard line. Boy, the official flat missed that. They grabbed him by the stand. He literally staggered from the backfield to the line of scrimmage. And then that's just how good this kid is. He's down to the 29 for another Clement transmission record service first down. Normally, Stan, you're going to be tackling the backfield at the line of scrimmage when you're staggering like that.
Yeah, he just, well, just like I'm talking, he's got the ability to make that stutter step. So I guess, I'm stuttering when I talked on that one, and he's stuttering to get the first down. And a great cutback. He was trying to go around the left end, but saw a hole up the 5-hole off the left side and found some yards.
Now you're throwing in the 5-hole. Oh, my goodness. Here is
odd
Wilson in that shotgun. First
odd
and
number
10,
holes are to the left, even to the right.
3:19 to the third. It's 14-7. And off Freeman. Freeman comes right, and not anything there. It gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second and 10.
Yeah, maybe to the 30. We'll give him one on that
Big
play.
O-line, not able to open anything up there. Haven't gone to Keltner much tonight as well. He and Will Allen and Connor Graves.
Keltner's working as a tight end blocking back tonight.
Three of the guys that you expect to see have that football from time to time. You might see Keltner on a short pass down the stretch here. It is Todd, Graves, and Will Allen all here to the right side. Freeman lines up to the left as they stand at the 35-yard line in the gun. That's a loss of about a yard, 2nd and 11. Snap to Wilson. Wilson running behind Freeman trying to block him. Now cuts it inside, hit, and moves forward down to about the 25 in his deck there.
I could have swore I saw another face mask.
I didn't see one there that time. I saw one there earlier, but I didn't see one that time.
About 3 maybe, what do you say?
Got to pick up more than that. They're going to give him to the 25.
Pick up a 5.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, we'll say 5 on that play.
Second and a long 6, I think, Stan. Almost 7 yards, isn't it?
14 carries, 160 yards.
The reason I'm saying that, they didn't give him to the 25. They just gave him to the 26. I thought he got a bad spot there.
Yeah.
Doubles far side left.
Officials have done a pretty fair job.
We
had
job.
one flag tonight?
Yeah, well, a couple. Remember, we've had the holding calls.
Yeah, couple 3 holds, but that's been it. They're letting them play.
Single coverage here to the receiver here to the near side. Let's see if TCA tries to take advantage of that. They do. They throw it here to Connor Graves. Connor Graves at the 25. They throw him out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. That's a legal play.
Yeah.
Just grabbed him by the jersey. Crowd getting a little antsy. They thought maybe a horse collar, but that was not the case. So it's going to bring up now 4th, and they move the ball to about the 18. And Stan, they've got to get to where to? It's 4th and a yard.
Half a yard.
Yeah, it's 4th and a yard. Is that right? Yep.
Well,
at the 20, they move it. Yep. So a big play, obviously, here. 4th and a yard.
I'm going to go short side. You're going to have your end and your slot back down block and go through the 4, 5, 6 hole.
I'm going to run Wilson far side left if it's me. Here is the snap to Wilson, and that's what they do. Well, he'll move that way, and he's got to be stopped maybe. And now, they throw him down. Lasso him down for a loss. Well, Stan, you would have been right. I was wrong. And now flag comes in way
Unnecessary
back
roughness,
at about the 5-yard line. That official down there had a really good angle at it, and they actually tackled him and then slammed him, sort of body slammed him. It may be.
It's more like took him to Suplex City.
Yeah, may be illegal roughness in this case or such a thing. Yeah, the official down there had a really good angle at it. He's one of the officials, and now they're going to bring the big defense back out. So it's going to be, I think, first down TCA.
Well, we'll take that.
Yep.
I'm not going to mind.
And let's see what the white hat call tells us.
Oh, yeah.
That is Pat Brown, and it is illegal. Yeah. Oh, yeah, personal foul.
Yep. Did the big nasty.
Pat Barnes is a white hat.
I mean,
And now the coach, Rusty Smith, he's walking all the way out on the field talking to one of the officials. He's not real happy about the call.
Yeah, some independent wrestling federation is going to want to pick that kid up because that wasn't a bad move.
So it's 14-7, a minute 31. How big will that play wind up being? Coach Smith walks off, but I'm sure he's not real happy about the explanation from the official. The official that he's talking to was not the official that made the call.
And these officials are either from Memphis or the Northwest. They've got to be.
I think they're from Memphis. I don't recognize any of these names. Here's, excuse me. They give the ball to Franklin Graystan.
Well.
They say stop.
Well, yeah, it was a dead ball foul.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Well, Stan, that was personal foul on.
Dead ball, personal foul happened after the play.
Did they call it on them?
Yes.
I thought they called it. Well, wait a minute. We should have had the football, shouldn't we?
No, it was a dead ball after the play.
Well, did they mark off yardage?
Yes, they did.
Okay, that's where I'm confused. Picked off. And
Touchdown!
It's picked off. They threw the little quick pass, and picking that ball off is that Harrison Freeman? It is. Harrison Freeman with the touchdown lines. They ran the first play. Then that time they tried the little slant in quick pitch. And Freeman read it beautifully and moves in from 11 yards out. And with 56 seconds, what a turn of events. We thought.
Was that, I had my head turned, was that underhanded pitch? Or?
No, he threw it overhanded, yeah.
Okay. When you said pitch, that confused me.
Picked off, and the Lions have scored on the quick pick.
We need a defensive score.
The holder. Looney, the center, and it will be Connor Graves in to attempt the PAT. It's a low-line drive, but it is good. It gets through, and it's 21-7. What a turn of events. We'll recap it when we come back. Lightning striking very quick here on this clear night at TCA. Stay with us.
It's another year and another football season for the Trinity Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Steinbach, sales manager for Robinson Toyota right here in Jackson, Tennessee. Now, a lot has changed over the last year, but one thing that hasn't changed is Robinson Toyota's commitment to the Trinity Lions. We are back and better than ever with a new peace of mind lifetime warranty on every new Toyota and most of our used and pre-owned vehicles. Wow, a lifetime warranty on every Toyota. That's almost as good as a Trinity Lions touchdown. Stop by and see us at Robinson Toyota and support your Trinity Lions.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Well, Diamond Dave, TCA gets the defensive stop and score lead 21-7. The PA's playing, I'm happy, happy, happy.
Yeah.
I'm doing a little jig.
Fans, well, you need to be careful. You don't need to be jigging. 21-7 as Harrison Freeman picked it off and scooted in untouched from 11 yards out. His dad, Wes, came over. He loves that. The Sisk family tuned in tonight. And 21-7. I'll say to the Sisk, go Yanks. Here is the Squibber. And gathered in at about the 30-yard line and struggling with 3 or 4 people hanging on to him to about the 35 is the returner for Franklin Grace. Well, how big would that play be? 21-7. It looked like a personal foul was going to maybe give TCA a first down. They didn't get it. It was a dead ball foul, as Stan said. And then TCA's defense steps up big with Harrison Freeman with a quick pick from 11 yards out.
Guess who made the tackle?
I'm not sure.
Colby Moore, the 8th
It will
grader.
be 50 seconds left here. And it will be Kelly in that gun. He'll hand it off to Jones. Jones breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle, breaking the 3rd tackle, breaking the 4th tackle. And finally, the 5th guy gets him. Will Allen Smith saved the touchdown at the 48-yard line.
Jones's biggest run of the night was 16 yards, 12 carries, and 47 on the night. So they've got 27 net yards of offense. I'm going to bump us up just a hair.
Their longest rush of the year is 91 yards by Blake Barton.
It certainly wouldn't have been me.
Hand off to Jones again. He's hit in the backfield, struggles away from the tackler, and then is tackled by the 2nd and 3rd wave of purple-clad Lions, and he's decked back at the 49-yard line.
3 guys had him. The first guy slowed him down. The second guy slowed him down a little more, and the 3rd guy got the hit.
Mark Mancini, Nathan Bibb, Jeremy Maddox, Will Brasher, Wesley Freeman, the coaching staff, and Wesley, of course, the statistician. Head of school here is Judy Brown, the lovely Judy Brown. The principal is Tom Hughes. Athletic director Ken Northcutt. We'll mention all the others here in a minute. It's a loss of about 6, and that ends the 3rd quarter. Before we go to the break, let's tell you that the assistant athletic director here at TCA is the lovely Christy Timms. Doctor is Dr. David Sickle, and the trainer is one talented Kevin Hansen. We go to the 4th quarter. The Lions lead the game 21-7. Or 7. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 15. The ball at the 48-yard line after this 60 on 105.3.
Autumn decorations are down from the attic, football tickets are purchased, and it looks like you're ready for fall. But is your home heating? Cold weather is coming, and McCoy's can get your furnace ready. Our technicians provide the highest quality inspections, cleanings, and repairs to keep your system running efficiently. Don't wait until the cold creeps in. Call McCoy's and schedule your maintenance today. 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
As we begin the 4th quarter play, TCA leads 21-7, and it is 2nd and 15 for Franklin Grace.
Franklin Grace now moving to our right toward the school end zone. They're in the pistol with Jones behind Kelly. Kelly drops. Kelly jigs a little bit, and he's caught in the backfield and sacked back there. First guy there, ladies and gentlemen, wearing number 72, is J.P. Oliver, the defensive end.
He has been sacked 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th sack of Mr. Kelly in tonight's ball game.
J.P. as this football team now 13 sacks coming in tonight. Now, and it makes it a loss of 5. It's 3rd and 20. This defense has stepped up tonight and made some huge plays in this football game.
Yeah, but trust me,
on top of that interception a while ago.
This
by
team's
Freeman.
got a 3rd and 20 play.
Yeah, they do. They've had it some tonight. Kelly dropping. Kelly looking left. Now looking right. And now Kelly looking at the turf. And it's going to be holding on top of all that. He's decked at the 40 for another loss of about 3 or 4.
The play.
Yeah, take the play, and it broke down on him, and it will be 4th and about 25.
And they're in a position now with 11 minutes and counting. Diamond, do you think they've got to go for it at this point?
No, I'd punt it away and hope your defense can stop or come up with a turnover is what I would do, yeah.
They need a defensive score.
Because, Stan, they've not shown the propensity. Well, they've made some big plays tonight, but the propensity to pick up 25 yards is just too much.
Diamond, you've used the word propensity in the same sentence tonight.
Twice.
Even,
yeah.
You're the man.
Keltner out of the game, and coming in for him will be for the Lions. That's Ben Davis in the game, trying to get everyone in.
Big Ben Davis.
Yeah, we don't mention those names. Grandmas and grandpas get mad at us.
He's so famous, they named a high school in Indiana after Ben Davis High School.
Exactly.
Play against him in the state semifinals in 1977.
21-7.
Won the game 14-13.
D. Davis checked in tonight. Wanted to know if you're glad we had the streaming back up. Scott might be on the road tonight. He may be home on a Friday night. Big hello to them. She's a big Purdue fan. Here's Hartman to kick it away. Or punt it away, and that's a nice punt under pressure. Down to the 30, it will tumble, and finally go down at about the 27-yard line.
Well, they let it go maybe a little bit too soon. I thought that you might have milked another yard or two out of it.
Maybe 3 or 4 or 5 yards, yeah.
Could be.
At the 27, the Lions will have it. And here's the scenario, ladies and gentlemen. After the Freeman pick a moment ago, they only scored the second half, 21-7. You get several first downs, Stan. Don't even have to score, but you get about 4 or 5 first downs, 3 or 4 first downs, this game will be over. I agree.
Absolutely. And you might – I know what I want to see. And good thing is he's standing right next to a coach, because I think he should get a couple of looks, because this offense has worked hard. And Harrison Freeman has worked hard in tonight's game. I've been down at times on, but that young man has worked hard tonight.
Eli Stewart to the left of Jake Wilson. Wilson has it, gives it to Eli, and they absolutely, like a steer, when you lasso a steer and move him down, he's hit maybe a yard pickup, and that's it. 2nd and 9. Now he comes out of the game, and Harrison Freeman back in. Eli's really developed into a really good football player. He's very versatile. He can punt, he can kick, he can catch, he can run. Now we're down to 10:33 left in the game, and the Lions lead it, and they're milking that play clock a little bit.
For whatever reason, I thought that was Freeman that had that run.
No, it was Stewart.
Okay, yeah,
Freeman was out. Now Freeman back in. Doubles this way, single to the right. Handoff Freeman. Freeman, again, lowering that head and just banging forward, and gets up to about the 31. He is a hard-nosed runner.
What we've seen tonight, Harrison Freeman is running straight ahead with his head down. In some of the games, especially that one in Nashville Christian, sometimes he was getting and turning his back to the play, and you shouldn't do that. He's much more effective when he runs north-south with his head down.
Nashville Christian's a different animal, too.
Yeah, that's true.
At the 30-yard line. I'm not knocking Grace Christian.
You never expose the kidneys.
No, I'm telling you, no one really did well that night. Here's falling down in the backfield.
Oh, he had
Wilson had a little bit of and that's all he needs is a little slight.
Give him 18 inches.
Yep, and he falls down, that being Jake the Snake Wilson. And it's going to be 4th and 10.
That's what Gail Sayers always said, give me 18 inches, that's all he needs.
See, Stan, that's where, I happen to, a hog finds an acorn every once in a while, every hog does, and I happen to hit it right. They did well punting the ball a moment ago, and then they come up with a stop. Cooper Mason, a little defensive back here at about 35-yard line. He's a little bitty guy.
This always worries me, though, that it could get blocked.
And here is Wilson back there to punt it. Punts it away. High end over end punt.
He gets away from it.
They run away from it. And the ball would be down at about the 32-yard line. And it will be Will Allen Smith picking it up and throwing it over to the official.
A 35-yard punt.
Yep, so it's going to be 1st and 10. And the Lion defense now called upon to stop them here, or at least make them use a lot of time. 8:45, TCA leads the game 21-7. The winner moves on to Beast next week in Donaldson Christian, but you like to get up there and give it a shot anyway.
We've got a shot.
Jackson Christian winning their game on the road tonight so far. Here's a handoff to Jones. Jones is hit at the 37-yard line, and lassoed down there. That's very close to being an illegal tackle, but the official said nope, it was clean.
Pick up about 3 on the play.
Picks up 3 to the 36.
It was almost a lariat. That's what I was looking for.
Like
the Stan Hansen lariat.
Like run into a clothesline, wasn't it?
Yeah, a clothesline you can call it.
And off. Coming here the near side on the jet sweep and nowhere to go. And running out of real estate is Lambert. Salih there. Also there, Harrison Freeman, who's had a heck of a game. Salih's the guy that made the play, and then coming up to help too if needed was Eli Stewart. Ball back at the 30, a loss, and it brings up now 3rd down and about almost 14 yards.
Tough play. They've losing yards. Tried to go wide right, and they just could not get the corner. Good. We strung it out greatly.
Kelly in the backfield in a heap of trouble, and now he's down. And now a flag. TCA unnecessarily. Someone came in there. I think it was Salih who had the late hit. His momentum carried him right into and Coach Butler, I could almost hear him up here, says that's uncalled for. And back at about, it's personal foul, and that's a proper call. He got in there late. His momentum carried him right into the downed quarterback.
I missed
TCA's
that.
Yeah, it was obvious, Stan. You just may not have a good angle, but it was.
Yeah.
He just came in too late.
I'm looking through a dirty double pane of window here too.
Yeah. We'd bring Windex, but this is our last home game of the year. So they'll move the ball up to the
You going to clean your papers off?
39-yard line.
The good thing is they didn't get a first down.
Personal foul, that should be an automatic first down, isn't it? Was it dead ball?
I would think it would be well.
4th and about 4. Almost 5, and Rusty Smith's not happy.
I'm not going to question it when it's still 4th down.
I'm not either. Kelly wants to throw. Kelly in trouble. Kelly running for his life and throws it, and it's going to be picked off. Will Allen Smith. Is that Smith? Let's wait and see. He picked it off at midfield, and TCA's defense comes big again.
Great job, TCA, putting on the pressure. We've done what I said we had to do. Bring the heavy hitters. When you do that, Diamond, you're going to give up some passes.
Flag on the play after all of that back here.
Personal foul.
TCA.
Against us.
Yep.
That's after the play, though. I do not know what that holding the hands into your chest is.
Somebody not happy down there. Blake Butler is one of those people not happy.
That's 2 personal fouls in a row.
Yeah, with his team up by 2 touchdowns.
You don't want to come
unglued here. Blake calls a timeout. We'll call one with him and sort it out when we come back. It's going to be a first down this time, and they're still walking. And that ball will be placed. Yeah, that ball will be placed in TCA territory. Lions lead by 2 touchdowns, but on the prowl now is Grace Academy back after this 30 on 105.3.
Simmons Bank is a proud sponsor of Trinity Christian Academy Athletics, and it takes a solid foundation to build a solid business, and nobody understands that better than Simmons Bank. Whether you need startup capital, equipment loans, or money for expansion, Simmons Bank has experienced business bankers that'll give you the time, accessibility, and the service you deserve. Simmons Bank has 20 West Tennessee locations, including 3 in Jackson. The Simmons Business Bank team is ready to help you. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
7:33 to go in this game. TCA with the ball there on 34, 1st and 10. After that big defensive stand and the second turnover, second interception by Franklin Grace.
Franklin Grace. Now we'll see Will Allen Smith's interception stand up, but the ball moved back to the 34, as Stan said. 7:33. A couple of first downs, and this baby's over, and TCA will head to the Middle Tennessee area next week. I think I'll be there. We have a college basketball broadcast that night, but I think that's going to be postponed.
COVID?
Unfortunately, yes. Here is doubles far side right. Handoff, and not much for Eli Stewart. Able to maybe get a yard or 2. And all over the country, COVID playing havoc. I know Martin Methodist shut their athletic department down for 2 weeks. And Bethel's women's scheduled to play down at Blue Mountain Tuesday. That's been postponed.
Sad to see Miss Johnny gone, though.
Yep, Miss Johnny.
Great lady.
Then I have a bar game tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
At a women's basketball game as the Lady Cats will take on Brescia.
From Owensboro, Kentucky.
100.9. Here is ball went right through the hands of Wilson. He has to, and he picked it up and then just was able to duck his head and not be tackled. Then the second or third guy got there and got him. Yeah, those single games aren't too bad. Those double hitters will wear you out a little bit.
Well, I mean, you'll be home by 6 o'clock maybe.
Well, it should be. I'll get home in time to watch. Not sure who I'll watch tomorrow night. Tennessee and Arkansas is on tomorrow night. I'll watch that in a little bit. 33-yard, make it 27-yard line.
About a loss of 9.
And, yep, and it's going to be now 3rd and 16. And it will be Wilson in the gun with 6:14 left in the clock running. Lions stack the deck far side right with 3 receivers over there. Wilson's got to come here to the left, though, dodge a couple of guys, and then can't dodge them all, though, to the 30-yard line. Wilson's got that ability to really slither his way downfield or upfield, but Stan, it comes to the point where you have to loosen him up a little bit with some passing, I think, to make this offense really be
agreeable.
Next week, you'll be playing a different defense, and they're going to have to mix it up a little bit more next week.
Well, and we're running out of different formation.
Sure.
We're running out of a formation that doesn't give us as much blocking ability tonight.
And that's
because of the injuries. We're having to adjust to an older formation.
That's no questioning Blake there because you play with tonight without Needham.
You're playing with what you got.
You're playing without. Remember, Eli Stewart's a great up blocker too. It's 4th and forever, so we got to punt it. And it's going to be caught at the shoestrings at the 40 to the 45 to midfield and dashing his way down to the 48-yard line. Connor Graves will get credit for the tackle. Yeah, without Goodwin tonight and without Eli Morris, your blocking back, you're sort of under the gun a little bit because those are 2 such weapons, Stewart blocking or Morris blocking more than anything. And then, without Needham back there running the football, we had over 700 yards.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the ability to mix it up as much, and our legs aren't as fresh.
Triples far side left. All these kids have fresh legs. They're young, man. They're not like you and I. Here's Kelly throwing that football. It's caught at the 45-yard line and then breaking the tackle. Those tight ends have hurt us and those receivers, and that's caught this time by Will Beasley, his 4th catch of the night, and he's inside the 45 to about the 42. They stay alive with 5 minutes left.
Still trying. He got more than I thought on that play.
He did. And it will be, I echo your sentiments because I thought the same thing. He gets about almost 7 yards. Let's give him a long 6. It's going to be 2nd and a short 4. Kelly rolls right, looks back across to the left. Got a guy coming right at him, and it's caught coming across the middle of the field. It's Beasley. He caught it again, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line, 27. That's a nice play by Kelly. He and Harrison Freeman talking over a little bit as they go back to the line of scrimmage. So the ball at the, where they mark it, Stan? Mark at the 26. It's going to be 1st and 10. Right. They stay alive. 3 receivers far side left. Got to keep him out of the end zone. Here's Kelly looking right. Now circling and going to be sacked.
Big sack.
That's a big sack. 2 or 3 guys back there.
About 13-yard sack.
Yep. And the first guy back there and getting up last is J.P. Oliver. You know, Stan, he's a great quarterback, but sometimes he holds on to it a little too long. A 30-second break. 4:20 left in the game. 21-7 and faced with a big 2nd and long when we come back. Grace Academy. Lions trying to hang on here at TCA back after this 30 on 105.3.
Hertz Seed Company in Halls credits teamwork for their success since they were founded 4 generations ago in 1932. Today, brothers Trey and Ray Hurt appreciate the hard-working, dedicated employees they consider and treat as family. Several Hurt family children and grandchildren attend Trinity and help promote teamwork in TCA's athletic program. Hertz Seed Company, wholesalers and processors of soybeans and wheat, working closely with the agricultural community of West Tennessee to produce quality seeds. Teamwork in action. Let's go, Lions. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Diamond, I looked for scores. Last score we had, Jackson Christian was winning at the half, 17-14. Southside was down and Northside was down in their games.
Hello to the Vales family tonight. Larry said they'd be listening. Looking forward to Carden being on that basketball court again pretty soon. Play fake, and now they want to throw and out of bounds. Intended receiver that time was 83, and I don't have an 83 on my roster. So
couple of scores here, Dave. 21-7, Lexington over White House. Hardin County 31-0 over Heritage. Those are halftime scores. I'm looking down. Here we go. A few more scores. Lewis County leading Scotts Hill 27-0 in that game. Wayne County getting beat big 49-0, and we'll see. We'll have some more scores after this.
3rd down and 20. The ball at the 35-yard line of TCA. Desperation time now for Grace Academy. Kelly drops. Kelly wants to run. He's got to run out of there. He's got to be tackled. And back there, and another sack. We'll spot the number here for you in a minute. Those numbers are hard to read. That's Big, the Bass man. Corey Bass back there got him. Oh, no, excuse me. That is going to be on that tackle that time. And, boy, he's had a big night tonight defensively, is J.P. Oliver.
I have that as fifth. He has been sacked, Diamond, 9 times for a total loss of 50.
Fourth
That's
and
pretty
28. Big. TCA came in here with 14 sacks on the night.
Southside still down at the half, 21-7 in their ball game.
Timeout by the folks from Grace Academy, and they're faced with a 4th and 28. It's do or die for them right now.
Yeah, they gotta go
the ball
for
back at the 44-yard line. We'll pause for a 30. Can the Lions stop them? We think so and hope so. Back after this on 105.3.
It's another year and another football season for the Trinity Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Steinbach, sales manager for Robinson Toyota right here in Jackson, Tennessee. Now, a lot has changed over the last year, but one thing that hasn't changed is Robinson Toyota's commitment to the Trinity Lions. We are back and better than ever with a new peace of mind lifetime warranty on every new Toyota and most of our used and pre-owned vehicles. Wow, a lifetime warranty on every Toyota. That's almost as good as a Trinity Lions touchdown. Stop by and see us at Robinson Toyota and support your Trinity Lions.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Quickly, a couple of scores halftime. Looks like Dyersburg leading Millington 35-14 and Lexington up 28-7 in that ball game.
So the ball will be at the 44-yard line. 4th and 28 with 3:33 left in the game, and a game that TCA leads 21-7. Excuse me. They go with reverse. And back and tackle back there in that backfield. They reversed it that time.
It's a 14-yard loss.
Who had it. And the guy that stayed at home that time was 158, Braden Salee. Yep. That's the tackle of his life thus far, and he tackled him all the way back.
That's a game sealer.
And TCA's going to take over now and just control the clock. The clock running down to 3:05 left, and the kids from Grace Christian from Franklin, Tennessee have made a courageous effort tonight, had a courageous effort, but they're going to fall short with TCA now leading 21-7. I see Coach Rusty Smith over there, and he's still copping a plea to that side judge over there about that call, I think, that dates back a few plays ago.
Is that?
And it's going to be 1st and 10 Lions at the 48. Freeman back there blocking for Wilson, who's going to come this way. He stays in bounds, and then they tackle him at the midfield stripe.
3.
And Blake Butler not happy. Blake just did a little dance, turned all the way around, and let's hope that Wilson's all right. He was taken down hard, and everyone's attention right now on Jake Wilson. He's slow to get up. Boy, you got to hope he's okay, and he is.
Time to get him out of the game.
You can see that he's a little winded as they tackle him. 3 guys crunched right on him right in front of that bench, and boy, Blake wasn't happy. The clock keeps running at 2:45 and running.
I'd like to get him out of the game now. If you have to, just go a little wildcat. Let wildcat left, wildcat right.
2nd and 13. Or make it 2nd and 12. The ball back at the 49. TCA just milking that clock. Play clock's not working on either end zone here, but
hey, Northside's gotten on the board 21-7 though.
Triples far side right, wide side of the field toward the Franklin Grace stands over there. Wilson's in the gun. He'll give it to Freeman this time. Harrison hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Lost by half
and
yard.
Tackle right there. A nice tackle by one of the big linemen. Grabbing him and holding on that time was George Stein. And
Diamond.
midfield 3rd and 13.
At times, it hadn't been the prettiest of ball games, but TCA's done what they had to do, survive, and we move on to the second round. After tonight, there's only going to be 12 teams playing. Well, check that. There's only going to be, I'll have to figure it out, but we're one of the elite few still playing high school football in Division II.
Next week, airtime 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock from Donaldson Christian.
I think we'll be inside.
They're undefeated and have had a great year and have just destroyed most people they played, but we'll show up and give them our shot. Doubles far side right. Hand off Freeman again. Freeman breaks the plane and is able to
about 4
scrunch his way literally down to about the 46. And Freeman has been a workhorse tonight for this Lion group. And we're down to 1:17, and Grace Christian has called a timeout. Timeout on the field. TCA in control, leading 21-7, 4th and 9 when we come back.
And that's
but
their last.
It's only 1:17 of the game, and TCA is about to put this one in the win column. Stay with us on 105.3.
Autumn decorations are down from the attic, football tickets are purchased, and it looks like you're ready for fall. But is your home heating? Cold weather is coming, and McCoy's can get your furnace ready. Our technicians provide the highest quality inspections, cleanings, and repairs to keep your system running efficiently. Don't wait until the cold creeps in. Call McCoy's and schedule your maintenance today. 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan
Buck
Gerard.
17. We're trying to find an updated Jackson Christian score. Last score we had, they were up at the half 17-14. You had a score with Crockett County, I believe.
Yeah, 14-13. They lead Fed Ware at the
Here
break.
It is.
Yep.
24-14. Jackson Christian up by 10, 11:36 third quarter.
How about that? TCA fakes the reverse. Wilson's got to hold on and be tackled at the 47-yard line. Didn't pick up anything. And now the clock will run down to 109. And that was a 4th and 9. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the
smart play to just
run a few seconds and then.
I mean, they're not, unless they got a 14-point minute and 9 deal, we're going to win.
Well, you never know. I think the odds are if they did one of those percentage things, I think it'd be about 97-3 or 99-1. But you never know if they had a big strike and onside kick. But that would take a miracle right now for them. They're in the pistol with Jones behind Kelly. 3 down linemen. TCA drops people back. And here's Kelly rolling left. And he's going to turn and try to throw it, and does throw it and throws it out of bounds.
He got knocked out of bounds.
He sure did.
What Scooby-Doo you say, Rutrow?
So if Jackson Christian holds on there, they would take on Davidson Academy next week.
FCS has just scored 9:09 in the third quarter. It's 24-21.
How about
Jackson Christian?
How about those Eagles? So what's the score now?
24-21.
Uh-oh. So it's not.
Yeah, they're creeping back in.
Not over yet, is it?
No.
Well, here's in the gun. Jones in the pistol here. Kelly's going to throw it. Tell the guy to just run down there and try to get under it, and it's almost picked off. That was close to pass interference, but it was not. I'll tell you why, because the receiver fell down, and then the only guy standing was TCA's Will Allen Smith, and he almost picked it off. The ball was slightly underthrown.
Well, now they're scoring hot and heavy. Jackson Christian now leads 31-21, 6:53 to go in the third quarter, and they recovered an onside kick in that ball game. So they got a little bit of breathing room.
How about that? Eagles may fly home with a big win. That will break a 3-game losing streak.
Hardin County.
Bill Hamilton, the game will be loving that. His grandson, Tackler Nash, is one of the leading tacklers, the leading tackler in the area. Boy, Kelly dodges the sack by Ben Davis, and then Ben Davis comes back and gets him anyway. Ben missed him on the initial run. He dodged him, and then Ben stuck with him and tussles him down to the turf.
A 7-yard loss in the play. That is the 10th sack with 57 yards lost.
Can't say enough about TCA's defense. 10 sacks.
They did what they had to do.
They came here tonight with 13 on the year. Now here's Kelly running out of that shotgun. He's going to get down close to the first down at about the 42 or 3-yard line. With 10 seconds, it's not going to matter. With 9, with 8, was stop clock as they move the chains. 9 seconds left, and the Lions are going to move on. They'll move their record now to 7-4, and they'll go to Donaldson Christian next week. And they run the clock. They start it up, and now something went awry, like a fire drill that went wrong. Yep.
Just run it out.
Down to 6 seconds, and
I mean, Southside down 28-7. Riverside up 19-8.
43-yard line. You know, Stan, despite the fact we've had all this passing, we are just now at 9 o'clock.
That's because they've run speed offense.
At 105.3 Jackson, Fox Sports Jackson 105.3. And foxsportsjackson.com, and then you can watch or listen to the replay of this game over the weekend sometime. It'll be up in the next day or two by Jay Cash and the gang, and he'll have a replay of our audio with you on the TCA Booster Club Facebook site, and we'll share it on our sites as well. Here is Kelly throwing it downfield, and it's incomplete. And that ball out of bounds over there at about the 5-yard line, and with 4 ticks left, it will be Franklin Gray seeing their season come to an end. They'll fall out at 4-7, and this will be their 5th straight loss. And the Lions will move on at 7-4 and move to the Middle Tennessee area next week. We'll be there 6:30 every time.
Southside down 35-7. So we're going to be us and US. Well, the private schools are the only ones left alive.
Only ones left. Yep. Kelly with one desperation throw, and it's almost picked off. Sliding down there, he overshot his receiver, and that ends the game. The happy final here at TCA. The Lions win it 21-7. They led 7-0, was tied at 7-7, led at the half 14-7, and they tack on a Harrison Freeman's 11-yard quick pick, and they win the ball game 21-7 here in the second half. We'll take a 2-minute break, be back with stats, analysis, and some scores from around the area, especially the local scores. We'll be back. A 2-minute break on the post game. The Lions, a happy final 21-7. They beat Grace Christian, traveling mercies to those kids going back home and their fans. And the Lions win it 21-7. Back after this 2-minute message on 105.3. Way to go, Wesley.
Hello, I'm Greg Parsons with First Bank. Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the TCA Lions all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a traditional personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. Timeless values like these are just one of the many reasons to do business with First Bank. First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Always dependable. Clement Automatic Transmission. Owners Jim and Connie Clement have invested over 40 years building a reputation of integrity based on Christian principles, specializing in foreign and domestic transmission repair, featuring experienced technicians. 2 have been at Clement's for over 30 years. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30 at 3846 Brownsville Highway in Jackson. Every time, depend on Clement Automatic Transmission. Jim and Connie say thanks for this community support for over 40 years.
Thank you for following TCA Athletics. This is JP Oliver, senior football player. TCA students are taught the values of persistence, commitment, and teamwork through participation in our successful athletic programs. In our past 20-plus years as members of the TSSAA, Trinity has earned numerous district, regional, and sectional championships and 5 state titles. The TCA Booster Club supports 13 sports and over 40 middle school and high school teams each year. To learn more about the TCA Booster Club, visit the Booster Club section at tcalines.com.
Since 1996, Sports Orthopedics and Spine in Jackson has been treating sports injuries of all kinds of athletes at every level. Doctors Keith Nord, Scott Johnson, Timothy Swale, and Michael Pearson, the best team in medicine, provide world-class care focused on you. Get same-day appointments. Sports Orthopedics and Spine is bringing patients the miracle of joint replacement and reconstruction. Now offering the latest in stem cell and platelet-rich plasma therapy. Find out more at sportsorthospine.us. Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Diamond Dave, Jackson Christian is on the board again, 38-21 with $1:30 to go in the third quarter of play. Now up by about 18 points in that ball game. It was a 3-point game. They busted it out here lately, so looks like Jackson Christian on the verge of moving on in playoff play. TCA, of course, moving on. Huntington will be moving on, 48-8 winners over Cornersville. Don't say yet. FCS touchdown, 38-28, start of the fourth quarter. Jackson Christian up by 10 in that game. Hardin County up 34-7 in that particular contest, dominated. And into the third, Jackson Southside losing to Springfield 35-7. There's a few quick scores from around West Tennessee.
All right, well, let's take another break. Another 2 to break. We'll come back. Stats, more scores, and a scoring recap. As the Lions advance, they win with this victory 21-7. Congratulations, Lions, and congratulations to the TCA Nation. Back after this 2-minute break on 105.3.
Hertz Seed Company in Halls credits teamwork for their success since they were founded 4 generations ago in 1932. Today, brothers Trey and Ray Hurt appreciate the hard-working, dedicated employees they consider and treat as family. Several Hurt family children and grandchildren attend Trinity and help promote teamwork in TCA's athletic program. Hertz Seed Company, wholesalers and processors of soybeans and wheat, working closely with the agricultural community of West Tennessee to produce quality seeds. Teamwork in action. Let's go, Lions.
It's another year and another football season for the Trinity Lions. Hi, I'm Mike Steinbach, sales manager for Robinson Toyota right here in Jackson, Tennessee. Now, a lot has changed over the last year, but one thing that hasn't changed is Robinson Toyota's commitment to the Trinity Lions. We are back and better than ever with a new peace of mind lifetime warranty on every new Toyota and most of our used and pre-owned vehicles. Wow, a lifetime warranty on every Toyota. That's almost as good as a Trinity Lions touchdown. Stop by and see us at Robinson Toyota and support your Trinity Lions.
Autumn decorations are down from the attic, football tickets are purchased, and it looks like you're ready for fall. But is your home heating? Cold weather is coming, and McCoy's can get your furnace ready. Our technicians provide the highest quality inspections, cleanings, and repairs to keep your system running efficiently. Don't wait until the cold creeps in. Call McCoy's and schedule your maintenance today. 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. Simmons Bank is a proud sponsor of Trinity Christian Academy Athletics, and it takes a solid foundation to build a solid business, and nobody understands that better than Simmons Bank. Whether you need startup capital, equipment loans, or money for expansion, Simmons Bank has experienced business bankers that'll give you the time, accessibility, and the service you deserve, including 3 in Jackson. The Simmons Business Bank team is ready to help you. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Have you been looking over and over online in search of that perfect engagement ring or that special piece of jewelry that you can envision in your head but just can't seem to find? Well, come let RJ Case Custom Design Studio, located inside Roberts Jewelers, bring your very own design to life. Come book your one-of-a-kind jewelry creation experience with RJ Case's head designer, Chris, by visiting Roberts Jewelers right away. If you can dream it, RJ Case can design it. RJ Case, located inside Roberts Jewelers, Van Drive, Jackson.
Voya Financial Advisors Stephen Brad Little, Byron Bush, Justin Howell, and Russell White are proud to support Trinity Christian Academy. Anything is possible with the right planning. To find out more about Voya, visit financialadvisorstn.com. And here's more about Trinity. Head of School Judy Brown, Elementary School Principal Christy Timms, Middle and High School Principal Tom Hughes, Admissions Director Laura Davis, Athletic Director Ken Northcutt, and Head Football Coach Blake Butler. Voya Financial Advisors encourages TCA to train young champions for Christ.
For more than 50 years, Jackson State Community College has helped West Tennessee students prepare for success. Now more than ever, Jackson State is here to help our students navigate the challenging times in front of us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that Jackson State will be here to support our students in the communities of West Tennessee. Visit the COVID-19 page at jscc.edu/COVID for the latest updates and the resources you need to be successful. Jackson State, invested in your success.
Now let's go back to the stadium for more Trinity Christian Academy football with Diamond Dave McCulley and Stan Gerard.
Diamond Dave, I said before the game the defense was going to have to do it. Attack, attack, attack. We did it all night long. 10 sacks for a loss of about 45 yards on the quarterback. Yeah, he got some plays, but we attacked him all night long, and TCA prevails 21-7 behind 2 touchdowns by Jake Wilson and a Harrison Freeman pick 6.
Yeah, this was a little bit like one of those NFL games like the Steelers and the Raiders of years past, the Steelers and the Browns, those kind of things. It was just a knockdown, drag out. It was well cleanly played, don't get me wrong, but it was a very physical football game that the Lions prevailed. As Blake Butler makes his way up to the booth, and the victorious coach is with us, and Mr. Butler just won his 65th game of his outstanding career, just a young whippersnapper still. Hard to still believe that this guy is the longest running tenured coach in the city, but he is. And 65 and 51 now. He doesn't care about those. He just cares about that final score, 21-7. We'll let Blake grab his breath, and we'll give you a quick scoring recap. 3:53 mark of the first stanza. 29-yard run by Jake the Snake Wilson, slithering his way. And the 29-yard drive, that was after TCA had stopped them. They lead the game 6-0, and the PAT by Connor Graves made it 7-0. Kelly to Jones, a 1-yard pass, 5 seconds into the second quarter, 75-yard drive, made it 7-7 after the Hartman PAT. The Lions get back again. A 42-yard field goal by Hartman was no good. TCA took over, and a 73-yard, another one of those dazzling runs by Wilson, made it 13-7. Connor Graves made it 14-7. That was at the 4:46 mark. And then Harrison Freeman with a quick pick, picked it off at the 11-yard line, ran in untouched. The Graves PAT made it 21-7, and that's how this game ends. Congratulations to Sir Blake Butler and Butler, Mr. Butler. Congratulations on another win. And this was a defensive kind of minded game. You did enough offensively to win this thing, but boy, the defense, I thought, night after night has played well this year, but play after play tonight, they really, really were dazzling, I thought.
Yeah, just, you go back to our kids, and, they really settled in. We knew Grace Christian was going to really try to hit us with a passing attack and an up-tempo style offense. It's tough to replicate in practice. Like I said, we settled in. Our DBs kind of got their footing underneath them, and backers, and started seeing the drops a lot better. And, man, when we got stopped on that fourth down, you got to move on to the next play. And sure enough, Harrison Freeman ends up with a pick six. And, that was a huge play. And that's what you look for your kids to respond. When something doesn't go your way, you move on to the next one, and, made a huge play for us. And when you look at just the way the defense played, obviously we had we're missing a few guys out there tonight, but again, proud of the way we had guys step up, fill their roles, and play hard and find a way to get a win.
Yeah, we mentioned playing tonight without Needham Goodwin and Eli Morris, and we talked a lot about them offensively. Eli with the blocking ability and Needham with over 700 yards rushing, but those are two key components defensively. And then take out Bryce Carlton, who led you with interceptions coming in, didn't play tonight. We hope to get those kids back next week. They hurt us a little bit over the middle early in the game or in the first half. What did you adjust to take that away from them?
Yeah, we had some coverage busts. We were trying to do some different things with man, and we kind of just confused ourselves, so we simplified a little bit, playing, for the old ball, some fire zones where we bring pressure and play zone behind it, so we could get the quarterback off his rhythm. And our guys are a little bit more confident playing the zone and having eyes on the quarterback and being able to read and react. And that led to a lot of sacks. That led a lot to their quarterback being unsure where to go. Stan's time we
11
had 10
sacks.
Wow.
10 sacks, about 45 yards.
And I know we had a couple of our big guys, JP Oliver, getting back there quite a bit.
I thought he was great all night.
And I challenged. JP was our captain tonight, and you look at JP. He was a ball boy in 5th grade. Had that blonde curly hair just kind of popped up, and he's been with our program for a long, long time. And I thought it was appropriate that he could be a captain on his last home game, and he answered the call. Kept challenging and said, "It's your last time to play a game on this field." And was also not to be lost is our seniors finished undefeated at home this year.
Yeah, sure did. Coming the record now 6-0 on the year this season. Let's switch over to offense. Of course, Jake, they did a good job on us for the most part, but boy, he had 2 big breakout runs for touchdowns, didn't he?
He did. He was able to see that seam, hit it, and Jake just you give him chances to show his athleticism. That's a couple games. This one against Jackson Christian. He's really made some plays that have sparked us and gotten us on the board. And like I said, the way the defense played tonight and got some stops in key spots and scored for us as well, that really helped us out. When like I said, we get a little confidence with Jake breaks runs, and then the defense knows, hey, if we can hold them, we've got the lead, and they turn it loose playing with the lead.
If we had a candidate to appear on Dancing with the Stars, he'd be the guy, because his feet, not only can he run quickly, just straight ahead, but laterally he slides a lot with his feet and just able to maneuver them to where he needs a little bit of a crease. Stan says 18 inches, give him 18 like Gail Sayers, and he can break it up. But he has a great God-given ability to do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a great little jump cut and sees it well, has a feel for really how to slice through the defense, cut through to the inside shoulder of a defender, and use their momentum against them. And that's what's led to a lot of his big runs, is being able to see that crease and put his foot in the ground and hit it.
Certainly the case. Of course, didn't make the playoffs last year. That's history, but we made it this year. That's writing more good history in this great storied program at TCA and all the years that we've been here with you. And you move on now. We'll talk about next week's opponent in a minute, but this has to be sweet, as you said, for these seniors to play their last game on this field and win.
Yeah, when we look at we haven't hosted a playoff game since 2015. And for these seniors, you look at all the preseason rankings and things like that. I believe I saw one that had us the fourth lowest team in West Tennessee.
Yeah.
And now these guys finished undefeated at home, 7 wins, playing in the quarterfinals next week. Like I said, they've tuned out the critics and bought into what they can do and believed in each other and keep finding ways to get it done.
No doubt about it. Good crowd here tonight. Great crowd under all the circumstances of pandemic and everything. Let's say hats off to them. But, one thing we haven't talked about this year is you and your staff. I thought you and your staff had your kids really mentally and physically prepared tonight. Great job by you and your staff tonight.
Well, they do a great job. Michael Mancini is our line coach, offensive coordinator. Puts together great game plans. Obviously when we had to switch to becoming a predominantly run team, that's kind of his forte, being O-line guy. My forte, being former O-line guy. So it was something kind of right up our alley. Will Brasher's coached our defensive backs and receivers this year, and getting them to buy in to being part of the run game. We throw a few balls, but they're not getting a whole lot of balls. But buying into playing team offense and doing their job. And when they get their chance, they make their plays. And, Connor Graves had a couple quick passes tonight that he did something with. And then Nathan Bibb, our linebackers coach, running backs coach, he's our strength and conditioning coordinator. He's a guy that's kind of the unsung hero of our athletic department, really. You can go all the way back to even our girls basketball team started working out with him 2 years ago. And some good things obviously happened there. He's an asset not just for our football program, but also our whole athletic department. And he's a CSCS, Certified Strength Conditioning Specialist, and that's basically what the NCAA requires their strength coaches to have, and we're the only school in Jackson that has that. And
that's a great. And then Kevin Hansen, the job he does for you and does for us year in, year out is just astounding as well. One thing too, I'd be remiss. I thought Braden Silly, I know he got the personal foul you weren't real happy about there late in the game, but I thought he was really active tonight and played well.
He is. He's a motor guy. He's always going to be
plays with a lot of passion and emotion, doesn't he?
All out effort. He's another one of those seniors that just wants to keep extending it a week at a time, and he played like that tonight. Provided great pressure, did his job. We had a couple of times where they're sending 2 or 3 guys at him. He's still keeping his outside arm free, not letting the guy get outside, and making plays for us. And again, he's one that's going to play with passion, and just got to keep him even keel. And he does, it has been big for us and made a lot of big stops for us this year.
Well, I knew when John and Teresa Whitehead were tuned in and Lou was listening, cuddled up in John's lap, I knew that was going to be a good positive thing. And then Drew Hayes checked in with us. He's listening. I'm not sure where he is tonight, but he and Joyce and Glenn, the gang up there, former
Drew Hayes,
coach.
the world traveler.
Yeah, that's right. If he gets mileage for flights, we need to get in his bank account, no doubt. Well, Survive and Advance. Randy Frazier, outstanding, great coach at Gleason High School basketball girls for years. He used to coin the phrase every year, survive and advance. That's what you do tonight. We advance on, and we play a tough one next week.
Yeah, Donaldson Christian, they're the 1 seed out of the East, and I said they're a young team that really started to improve last year, and you can see them kind of coming into their own this year. It's going to be a great matchup. Our kids are excited to go up there and take a shot at the 1 seed from the East. And, I said before, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And a wise man, I think by the name of Ric Flair, once said that. I know that's one of Stan's heroes.
Don't get him started over here, okay?
I won't have Stan wooing on air.
He said the 4-hole tonight, the 5-hole. He said, he brought up the RPO. I brought up a couple of things with him, but I can't stay with him. He knows the game, but
we'll leave the professional wrestling out of it tonight.
Yeah, don't get him started on that. Well, Coach, congratulations, you and the entire Purple Nation. Really proud for you and proud of you. And let's go get Donaldson Christian next week.
I appreciate it, guys.
Big hello to Mom and Dad.
Hi, Mom, Dad, and everyone else out there in the yeah. Hey.
And how about those Steelers too? Aren't they? They're just doing it, aren't they?
Yeah, we need a good Butler household. Beat the Cowgirls on Sunday, and Steelers go to
might have to get your dad some extra protection on the sidelines these days, though.
No, I mean that's football.
That's the heat of the battle thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Him and TJ's a competitor. My dad's a competitor,
sure. Yeah.
and it gets fiery down. So the cameras don't always catch it, but
sure.
It's a fiery thing down there, and obviously they're undefeated, one of the top defenses in the league.
Aren't you proud of him? Aren't you proud of him?
They're both doing something right.
They really are. And you're doing something right here, sir. No doubt about it. The Lions survive in advance. They win 21-7. Airtime next week, 6:30. Kickoff at 7 o'clock from Donaldson Christian. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
All right,
guys.
Give the kids a hug for us. All right, 21-7. The Lions win this thing. We'll come back with a couple of closing comments here in a minute. I don't know if you understand all of his hand signals or not. He's got them going. I'm telling you, he's like animated over here. All right, 21-7. Stan, a couple of final scores and a couple of quick comments, and then we're out of here.
Yeah, quickly. Got some local scores. It is Northside down in that ball game, 35-14. We have Southside with 7 minutes to go in the game, down 42-7. It's getting tight over at Friendship Christian. It's 38-35 with 7:58 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to spin through and try and find another score on that one. Lexington wins in their game. They'll play Creekwood next week. Riverside wins 26-8. Lexington 34-7. Three other scores here as we're going to get. Riverside, as we said, won. Jackson Christian scores again. They've extended that lead up to 10. Boy, it's a track meet. 45-35, but there's still 2:15 to go in that ball game. It's a final. Springfield knocks off Southside 42-7. And let's see if we can find some other scores. Of course, Columbia Academy loses 1-0 to COVID in that ball game. Right now, 3 teams. Let's see, 5 teams are left. 5 of the 8 teams left alive are from the West. Think about that.
Okay.
And we don't normally do it. Jackson Christian, Trip Hearn with the interception. Eagles will finish. It's going to be Jackson Christian's going to win that ball game. So you got 3 Jackson teams left.
All Grace broadcasting teams too.
Yeah,
sure.
And they'll all be in action next Friday night. Quick acknowledgement. If there's anybody, from our opponents still listening, 8 players for Grace Franklin played their final ball game tonight, and that's always a tough deal when you have to face that. I've faced that many years ago, and that's a tough deal. And I empathize with those young men and. Hope they enjoyed their careers, because sometimes this high school football, Dave, it's the best part of your life.
No doubt about it. That's going to wrap it up for us. Special thanks to Brad McCoy, as always, our on-site producer and director. Tom Mapes, the executive producer of TCA Sports, does a lot of all the sales work for us. And Jay Cashin doing a great job with our audio streaming. He'll have the replay of our audio streaming, by the way, on the TCA Booster Club Facebook site. That will be sometime later this weekend. And John
Brailsford, a little
surprised
with that too.
And John Brailsford with us as well. So for Tom, Brad, Jay, and John Brailsford, I'm Diamond Dave McCulley for Stan Gerard. The happy final here. The Lions win at 21-7 next Friday night from Donaldson Christian. Airtime 6:30, kickoff at 7. God bless you. Have a great night, everybody, and go Lions.
Thank you for listening to Trinity Christian Academy Football. Our broadcast sponsors this year are Clement Transmission Service, First Bank, the TCA Booster Club, Simmons Bank, Boya Financial Services, McCoy's Heating, Air, and Plumbing, Hurt Seed Company, the West Tennessee Bank, Robinson Toyota, Sports Orthopedics and Spine, King Jewelers, McDonald's, Jackson State Community College, Old Country Auto, Mitchell's Body Shop, Reliable Lawn Care, and Toyo's Eye Clinic. TCA Football is an exclusive presentation of Fox Sports Jackson 105.3.
WTJK Humboldt Jackson is Fox Sports Jackson.